Are you stuck at home on a Saturday night with nothing to do again?
I can't take it anymore!
Then join me, my co-hosts, and my guests every Saturday evening for Mic Check Radio with Adam Hebert.
Okay.
Together we'll discuss the big news of the week from entertainment and politics, talk about the issues that are on your mind, and hey, we'll even talk about general stupidity and jackassery from the American right.
You stupid jackass!
So join me every Saturday evening, 6 to 9 p.m. Central at my Ustream home, Mic Check Radio. Come on in, it'll be loads of fun.
Gee, I sure hope there's a happy ending. I love a happy ending.
Live on all the interwebs and internets, it's Mic Check Radio with Adam Hebert.
Fuck yeah!
Oh my god, we've actually started the show off right tonight. I am amazed. And joining me is a guy I've been trying very hard to get a hold of for a while now. Super special guest co-host out of our Chattanooga, Tennessee bureau, Wes Smith. How are you tonight, Wes? Wes? Uh-oh. I don't think you can hear me. Wes! I think he's, well, let's just, let me double check this. While we do that, we got a great show tonight. Macaroni will be, oh, shit. What is going on here? Oh. Line 2. Microphone to line 3. Uh-huh. Okay, I figured out the problem. There we go! Jesus Christ. I got it. It's fixed. Alright, Wes Smith, there we go. Someone was saying mic check. Yes. I am so sorry, everyone. I'm sure you've heard that. But, as I said, joining me tonight for a special first debate post-mortem. I should have sound. We have some, Wes, can you say something real quickly, please? Again. Okay, we're having some small problems. I'm gonna have to fix that. Line 4. Okay. Skype reset all my settings. Son of a bitch. There we go! Now try it, Wes.
Woo.
There we go! Someone, Geopone says, I can hear him. We should have, sound now. According to my, no, actually, we don't. Hello?
Hello.
No, it's not you, it's, okay. We should have sound. Let me pop into the... God damn it. Here I thought we were doing well today. Let me pop into the chat room, into the channel, and make sure we do have sound, because I have sound going out. And Wes is getting it. Okay. And Wes is getting every time Adam has... Alright. I need to know, Rob, Tenos, can you hear me, sir? Okay, Rob can hear me. Vic! I'm assuming Victor can hear me. Yeah, thanks a lot. Alright, let's get started with the 538 report, shall we? As of this afternoon, the November 6th forecast is that Barack Obama would win 314 electoral votes, Mitt Romney 224. This is a change of -5 for President Obama since the 29th. As of today, Barack Obama stands an 83.6% chance of winning the popular vote of the election, my mistake. On November 6th, Mitt Romney 16.4, which is a change of -0.2 for Barack Obama. Barack Obama is projected to win 51.3% of the popular vote, Romney 47.7%. Again, a change of negative 0.3%. If the election were held today, Barack Obama is projected to receive 322 electoral votes, down 17 since September 29th, and Mitt Romney would receive 216 electoral votes, up 17 since the 29th. If the election were held today, Barack Obama would have a 93.9% chance of winning the popular vote with 51.5%. As for the Senate, some of the Democrats have a 82.7% chance of retaining the Senate majority with 51.2 seats or more. Republicans have a 17.3% chance of winning a majority. All in all, Wes, I think those are good numbers. What do you think?
Great numbers. I mean, Mitt Romney finally won a news cycle, so he marginally improved his standing.
Yeah, I mean, and we're going to do the whole debate. We're going to go through the entire debate. That's why we're expanding the program tonight for an extra hour. And we're going to do commentary, but the conservative, I mean, of course, look, let's be honest here. The expectations for Mitt Romney were two. One, don't fuck up. Two, don't come off like a rich, entitled asshole. Now, he failed one of those two. I mean, let's be honest, and we'll go over that later. But conservatives are acting like, oh my God, it's such a great victory. President Obama is again,
They're just so used to him winning all the time.
You shouldn't hear elevator music. There is no music. Is there? Are you hearing music? Okay.
I don't hear any music.
Good. Okay. I am so sorry. For once I thought we were... Alright, so, let's get into this. What we're going to do is we're going to analyze the debate on our own later. And then, but for now, I want to go over some, of the conservative reaction. Now, we've talked about, Ann Coulter before, and I want to make one thing very clear. On this program, I am officially banning any Ann Coulter is a man jokes, and there is a reason why. And I discovered this from the dub of Shin-Chan, which is,
to be a man, you must have honor, and a penis. Neither of which Ann Coulter has. And of course, considering that Rush Limbaugh has a very teeny tiny penis, the same could be said of him, because he has neither an honor or a penis. But, and I forgot, Wes, we've been trying to get a hold of you for so long, I mean, I have to say...
You're as elusive as Robert Denby.
I dug that up just for you. Just for you.
All I can say is leave Robert Denby alone.
And for those of you who don't know, that's reference to Mystery Science Theater 3000. Robert Denby
Writing with Death, great episode. Check it out.
Writing with Death, yes, Writing with Death.
There's my plug.
Writing with Death was an episode starring Ben Murphy, who you've probably never heard of, and they dubbed in this line that said, because it was two episodes of a television series matched together, and they dubbed in this line that it's clearly dubbed in. You're as elusive as Robert Denby. And it's a reference to the villain in another episode that they mashed with this one. You gotta see it to understand.
Yeah, it's just not explained within the context of the movie who the hell Robert Denby is. It's just hilarious.
When is it ever?
Yeah.
But yeah, so no Ann Coulter is a man jokes because...
To be a man, you must have honor, and a penis!
So, if you do... And why is my buzzer only in one ear? That's weird. I sure hope I haven't left my lost... Anywho... and I just want to point out, I have a new box thanks to Rob Poole, our very first sponsor, benefactor, whatever you want to call him. He got us a registered version of Soundbite, and so I've got hotkeys now. You give me a letter, E.
An epic fail.
I just have to tap a key on the keyboard as long as it's up. So thank you very much, Rob. It's appreciated. We're going to put this to very, very, very good use.
This one is a doozy.
Hold on.
This one is a doozy.
Okay, I think my volume might just be down a bit too much. So yeah, thank you very much, Rob. It's most appreciated. I've been working all week long to get this organized. But let's get to some Ann Coulter bashing, shall we?
Awesome.
All right, so here we go. This is Ann Coulter on Fox and Friends, Fox and Freaks, talking about how she saw the debate, at the end of the debate. And wow.
Do you think this has to do with Mitt Romney just bringing a good game to the table, and how much is it because the president was at the Hoover Dam and visiting his Hoke headquarters and not really into preparing?
Yes, well, I mean...
What was it? What was it? How much did Romney win and how much did the president lose?
It was some of both, but it's... The fact that Obama didn't prepare, I mean, this is like him not being prepared for the attack on our consulate. He never prepares. He just expects to walk out, be cool, and get a standing ovation.
Or is it more that you can't prepare for things that you can't defend?
No, he was very, very bad last night. He looked depressed. He looked anemic, those big ears poking out. The first time I watched the debate, I was mostly listening to it, and Romney was killing. And then I watched it again, and toward the end was actually watching it, and the visual made it so much worse. Obama was depressed and looking down. You could see at the end of that debate, he knew that, anniversary or not, Michelle wanted to go home with Mitt.
First of all,
You cock-juggling thunder cunt!
where the fuck do you get off, you fucking bitch? I mean, you know what? I am so sick and tired of politics being this. We have to tear the other guy down no matter what. Something should be off limits. That was one of them. You're responsible.
Yeah, I mean, what the hell is he supposed to do about his ears? I mean,
look at me. I've got a face that's perfect for radio, yet I'm on video. Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ. It's like, they have no sense of decency. They have no sense of decency.
Yeah, she's just in it for a paycheck, She's just awful.
And the funny thing is, we were actually talking about in my Constitution class the Lewinsky scandal, and Ann Coulter was one of Paula Jones's lawyers. That's how she became famous. And I pointed that out, and my teacher's like, "Okay, that's not really relevant." I was like, "But no, it is because of this stupid woman. We have to put up with Ann Coulter. Don't you understand?" And Rob points out that he is he's George Soros Jr. And so anywho, but wait, there's more. And we're going to get to the jobs report, of course, because the conservative reaction to that has just been batshit.
Oh my God.
But here is John Sununu, who, if you were listening last week, was my asshole of the week. And I don't know. Wes, I think he really wants that shithead of the year award I'm going to give out at the end of the year. I really think
he's been on a roll.
So here is
The president demonstrated his incompetence, and it's amazing to me. Now the rehabilitation of the president's mess last night is beginning to start, and you see the left-wing press now starting to make up excuses and say, well, he just had a bad night. He didn't have a bad night. The Obama you saw last night is the Obama that has been in the White House for 4 years, and that's why we have a problem.
You don't think there will be a better prepared President Obama on stage next week?
When you're not that bright, you can't get better prepared.
Oh, fuck
What?
you.
What?
Well, he's in for a rough surprise next debate, I can tell you that much.
He was president of the fucking Harvard Law Review, you stupid son of a bitch.
You stupid, ignorant son of a bitch, dumb bastard! Jesus Christ, I've met some dumb bastards in my time, but you outdo them all.
But have you ever noticed, Wes,
That when conservatives are digging their own graves, they're too stupid to realize maybe I should stop digging.
It's like they finally won a news cycle against Obama for the first time in at least 2 months.
Yeah.
And it just drove them over the edge. They just completely went bonkers with it. Like they're not used to victory.
Yeah, well, it's not just that, though. I mean, like I said, John Sununu keeps digging his grave, and no one says, you may want to stop. But no, he just keeps digging. Another cut from John Sununu.
Governor, I want to give you a chance to maybe take it back. Did you really mean to call Barack Obama, the President of the United States, lazy?
Yes, I think you saw him admit it the night before when he delivered the pizzas. He said, they're making me do this work. He didn't want to prepare for this debate. He's lazy and disengaged.
I don't think he understands just how generous Andrea Mitchell was being towards him, giving him a chance to retract. And he doubles down! Dude, when you're at 21, don't say hit me!
Yeah.
Like I said, he is making a serious play for Shithead of the Year award,
They're gonna look like such assholes in a month. Only a month. I mean, do they really not... Are they not aware of this at all? Are they really drinking their own Kool-Aid,
Yes. And, I'd hate to do this to you, Wes, but, we're gonna have to do some Limbaugh the Hutt. Here is El Rashbo, he of the tiny shrinky dink. That's Rush Limbaugh penis joke number 2, if you're keeping track.
Just to be clear, those are okay. Rush Limbaugh's penis is on.
So
in play.
It's like I said, I work every show to make my mom proud. And I'm sure if my father were listening right now, he'd be contemplating suicide. And if you are, that's a tasteless joke. So here is Rush Limbaugh talking about, and Wes, I want you to listen to this very carefully, and I want you to see if you can figure out exactly what is wrong with this.
Oh boy!
By the way, some of the most pathetic questions I've ever heard. Well, it was embarrassing, and it doesn't matter. Romney overcame it. He took control. Last night was bold leadership. Bold leadership, not.
Okay, before we get to the part that's really wrong, it was bold something, but not leadership. You do not take control of a debate. That's the moderator's job.
Yeah, I mean, we got to say Lear really sucked.
Yeah, and if the Commission for Presidential Debates had a set of testicles, a set of balls, they would tell Jim Lear, we're stopping payment on that check.
He was awful.
You fucked it up. Anyway, more from the human anal cyst, Rush Limbaugh.
Waving around to be recognized and to be treated properly and to be shown respect and to show everybody that we're not racist, sexist, bigots, homo. He just went in there, seized the opportunity, got in, got it, and got out.
He went in there disowning.
We had a discussion about the future of our country last night. More freedom or more government? More.
I'm sorry. Go on, Wes. If you want me to stop, just say stop. That way I know to stop. And
sorry, I thought he was done.
Yeah, I know. He does those pauses.
Yeah.
And, maybe I should start editing those out.
I was just going to say, Romney went in there completely distancing himself from every position he has taken for the past, this entire campaign. He was suddenly moderate Romney, out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's bold. Well, that's bold bullshit. That's what I was hinting at. Yeah. It's like that one thing on Mystery Science Theater. It's bold! I should have pulled that up. Damn it! So here is more from the human anal cyst Rush Limbaugh.
More central planning or Yankee ingenuity? More entrepreneurism or more government control? For those of you on the left, for those of you in the media, Obama didn't lose because he didn't show up. He did not lose because of the altitude. He didn't lose because of the moderator. He didn't lose because he was on Valium or Xanax or whatever I've even heard. He lost because his ideas don't cut it.
Okay, so, Wes, how was he a hypocrite in that? Go for the most obvious one. It's probably right.
How was Rush Limbaugh a hypocrite? My God. I mean, how many stars are in the sky? Alright, what's most obvious? Probably just the fact that Rush Limbaugh, during the primaries, completely hated Mitt Romney and said he would stand no chance against the president. I believe the exact quote was he was the worst person in the country to run against Obama. Because
that was Santorum. Let's be honest. That was Santorum.
Yep. You're right.
Well, I guess you didn't pick up on it. He was basically hinting that Barack Obama is a pill popper. Uh-oh. Oh, shit, I lost Wes. Sorry, I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, you just disconnected.
That was not the mute button, sorry.
Okay, tonight we learned the difference between the hang up button and the mute button.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was basically accusing President Obama of being a pill popper.
Yeah, I can't believe I didn't catch it. You're absolutely right.
Now, for those of you who don't know, and I'm pretty sure most people in this channel do, Rush Limbaugh is deaf. He can only hear because of a cochlear implant in his ear. He went deaf because he abused OxyContin, hillbilly heroin, a painkiller.
Worth noting, he advocated the death penalty for drug addicts just a few years before that.
Why, thank you, Wes. And Caster XGP, who I think is my friend Big John Lewis, says, that's the pot, calling the kettle black. Yes.
A very, very fat pot.
Calling a very, very thin kettle black. Yeah, so he's accusing President Obama of being a pillhead. And, I mean, Rush, that's not the smart thing to do when your history is one of drug abuse. So yeah. Anywho, we're gonna go to break a little early. This week was a very special birthday. My good friend Nikki, who has been on this program before, had her birthday, and we've been friends for about 12 or 13 years. So I told her I was going to program all the music just for her. So this break, we have a remix from Lufia 2, one of Nikki's favorite games of all time. And it's the very end. I hope you'll enjoy. This is Mike Check Radio with Adam Hebert. We will be right back after this break.
Mike Check Radio with Adam Hebert.
Was awkward and uncomfortable in more ways than one.
The More Me Show with DJ Downtown and Eddie Herradura. Live from our nation's capital every Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern with hilariously scathing inches from the Beltway analysis of this week's political and social developments. The More Me Show at ProgressiveBlendRadio.com and RadioOrNot.com.
You never know who or what you'll hear when you listen to The Nicole Sandler Show at RadioOrNot.com.
Alan Grayson, you're the best. We love you. We need you back in Congress, and I'm here to do whatever I can to make that happen in my own little way.
Thanks. I enjoyed the time with you personally. I wish that the listeners could get to know you the way that I know you and understand that you're the same person off the air as you are on the air. It's not some kind of shtick. You really do care greatly about all the important things in life, and you understand that sometimes people just need a helping hand.
Yeah.
And that the world, as John Kennedy said, doesn't start out fair. You have to make it that way.
The Nicole Sandler Show, live Monday through Thursdays at 10 a.m. Eastern, or podcast anytime at RadioOrNot.com.
It's the HowdyLand.com News Bulletin with Stan Douglas. Go to HowdyLand.com and click on the Funny Times special offer to receive your free sample issue today.
The Department of Homeland Security is blaming faulty computer software for the disappearance of over 310 million birth certificates, thereby putting the citizenship status of the entire population of the United States in doubt. Director of Homeland Security, Janet Napolitano.
My fellow non-citizens, we here at the department have egg on our faces. A lot of egg. Kind of a national McMuffin right in the kisser. But hey, at least the president's having a good laugh.
New registration forms will arrive in the mail soon. Meanwhile, King Juan Carlos has extended a limited offer to accept us all as Spaniards. And the renowned formal wear chain, Genghis, has announced a new line of sweatpants suitable for weddings and funerals. According to the company's marketing department, the low-cost, high-visibility garment will soon be available to rent along with the designer sweatshirt featuring the clothing giant's patented top hat hoodie. This HowdyLand.com news bullet was purchased legally at a local gun shop from a hairy little ammo freak named Whaley. I'm Stan Douglas.
What is so dangerous about a character like
Adam Hebert
is he gives good kids bad ideas.
Uh-huh.
Last thing I need at this point in my career is 1,500
Adam Hebert
disciples running around these halls. He jeopardizes my ability to effectively govern this student body.
Well, makes you look like an ass is what he does, Ed.
You're listening to Adam Hebert and Mike Check Radio.
First of all, I just have to say that I should be limited to one or less of myself, and some days I say preferably less. Second of all, am I the only person who just started laughing out loud when they said kind of like an egg McMuffin on our kisser?
Yeah, that was good.
Anywho, we are back with special guest co-host Wes Smith. And, Wes, I don't know if I told you. I touched my ear. Everyone take a drink. I don't know if I told you, but, we're calling in the big guns to go over the debate. Touched it 3 times. I'm sorry. We're gonna get in, Rob Poole from the Baltimore, Maryland Bureau, and, John God damn it, I did it again! And John Kendall from the Missoula, Montana Bureau. And, basically it's gonna be Mystery Science Theater 3000. And, son of a bitch. We'll explain. I'll explain later. But let's talk about what should we call this scandal? Unemployment Gate, Math Gate, Reality Gate.
I believe I've already heard it referred to as Jobs Gate.
Jobs Gate is good. Or another case of conservatives saying,
I reject your reality and substitute my own.
And thank you, Adam Savage. I'm a huge, huge Mythbusters fan. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, and again, I'm sure everyone in this channel who is watching right now knows, the unemployment rate dipped from, was it 8 point... damn it, I did it again. My earphone wants to keep popping out. Yeah. Maybe I should switch to over the ear instead of in. But the unemployment rate was at 8.2 in September, and then it dipped down 0.4 to 7.8, and of course, the right wing, they're going bonkers, and they can't, so this all started with a tweet from Jack Welch, former GEO, General Electric CEO Jack Welch, who said, quote, on Twitter, quote, "Unbelievable jobs numbers, these Chicagos will do anything. Can't debate, so change the numbers." Yeah, that's a pretty tough accusation to make. Wes, refresh my memory, and debate, whose job is it to prove an accusation?
I would say the moderator.
Uh-oh. I've lost hearing in my headphone. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's not good. Definitely not good. We're in trouble. Yeah, it's the accuser. And you know what? Chris Matthews had on Jack Welch, and here's what he had to say.
And I mean it. What evidence do you have that they got to the BOS? That the Chicago guys got to the Bureau of Labor Statistics and jimmied these numbers by 0.3%, as you put it?
I have no evidence to prove that. I just raised the question.
Okay, so he has no evidence, so that's... Let's keep going, shall we?
And you came out this morning and asserted not a question mark or a question or a concern about a coincidence. You say these Chicago guys will do anything, so they change the numbers. Do you want to take that back?
No,
this is an assertion that there was jimming with these numbers. There was corruption here, an infiltration or getting to the... It's not funny, Jack. You're talking about the President of the United States playing with the Bureau of Labor Statistics numbers. This is Nixon stuff. This is what Nixon did back in the old days. He accused him of doing this.
Chris, don't lose it now.
I'm not losing it. Look at my face. I'm not losing it.
I can't see.
I wonder if you're, Jack. Do you want to take back the charge?
No, I don't want to take
corruption
back,
here.
I don't want to take back one word in that tweet.
Yeah. He admits he has no proof, but he's not going to take any back, even though he was given the chance to do so. But he's not the only person who has hopped on this bandwagon. Alan
He's not even the
West,
most important person.
Well, let's step back before we go on down the list of Republican jackassry, shall we? Jack Welch would know about fixing numbers because that's what got him into trouble. Yes, he cooked the books at GE, and that's why he is former GE Jack Welch. But he's not the only person. Representative Alan West, a favorite of this program, and by favorite I mean...
You look like the vermin-ridden son of a bitch you are.
And actually, he was our very first asshole of the week. Way back in the baby years of June 2012 when we started this program. But he says... Quote, "I agree with former GE CEO Jack Welch. Chicago-style politics is at work here. Somehow, by manipulation of data, we are all of a sudden below 8% unemployment a month from the presidential election. This is Orwellian, to say the least, and representative of Saul Alinsky tactics from the book Rules for Radicals. I must read for all who want to know how the left strategize." Why, thank you for the plug, Representative Alan West.
That is just chock full of bullshit. There's so many angles of bullshit in that one statement. It's hard to even parse.
Oh, and let me tell you, we're going to have some serious Schadenfreude at Alan West's expense later. Let me tell you. Wonkette had a really great piece that we're gonna cover.
He is scum.
West went on, of course, like I said, keeps digging his grave, even when he said, dude, stop. West went on, trust the Obama administration? Sure. And the spontaneous reaction to a video caused the death of our ambassador. And pigs fly. And Rush Limbaugh's penis is tiny!
And feminists are at fault for Rush Limbaugh's tiny penis. Don't forget.
We're just gonna... That is like the gift that keeps on giving. The right-leaning Americans for Limited Government released a statement saying, quote, either the Federal Reserve, which has its fingers on the pulse of every element of the economy, and the Bureau of Labor Statistics Manufacturing Survey Report are grievously wrong, or the number used to calculate the unemployment rate, or worse, manipulated. Given that these numbers are so conveniently meet Obama's campaign promises 1 month before the election, the conclusions are obvious. And I will say I agree. The conclusions are obvious.
You are a sad, strange little man, and you have my pity.
Thank you, Tim Allen as Buzz Lightyear. Yes, you are a sad, strange little man, and I mean, everything with these guys is that's not what I'm looking for. Is everything with these guys is a conspiracy. I'd hate to do it to you again. Well, no, let's do John McCain. This is good. This is John McCain, former Republican presidential nominee.
Frankly, I am not enough of an economist to question exactly what those numbers are. Our discussion about the Warren Act that just took place, where they're in blatant violation of the law, I wouldn't put anything past this administration, the same one that trotted out our ambassador to the United Nations 5 days after a al-Qaeda-affiliated act of terror took place in Libya, to tell the American people that it was a spontaneous demonstration caused by a video, and I'm not making that up.
What does that have to do with the jobs numbers?
These people, man. This is the kind of shit, because these are mainstream Republican leaders. This is their leadership. This is not Tea Party fringe assholes. This is not John Birch Society people. These are their leaders saying this conspiracy bullshit. And that is why it drives me fucking up the wall when people tell me, well, both sides are the same. Both sides do it. If Harry Reid said the things that John McCain just said, he would be out on his fucking ass. Deservedly so.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing about since you brought up Harry Reid. If Harry Reid is lying, why didn't Mitt produce the tax returns and prove him wrong? That would have been that's like the thermal exhaust port on Harry Reid's Death Star. You fire.
Totally. Totally.
But I think he had someone in the background telling him, "It's a trap." I'm really liking this new box program. Wow. Con Carroll, new person. I don't think BLS cooked numbers. I think a bunch of Dems lied about getting jobs. That would have the same effect.
Oh my god. So now we're all in on it. All the way down to the bottom.
Yeah, I just...
You douche. 47% of the country is in on the conspiracy.
Yep, that's what Soros told me to do. Lie about getting a job. But see, this goes back to what I was saying about people like Ann Coulter. They don't have honor. Okay, he may have the penis, but he doesn't have the honor. Therefore, he is still not a man. Rick
You have to buzz yourself now?
Sure.
Oh, you did it.
Yeah. That's a hotkey B for buzzer.
Nice.
Rick Santelli, the who famously said, "Teabag the fools in D.C."
Oh, this is the Tea Party guy, right? This is the guy who started it all.
I told you they'd get under 8%. They did. You can let America decide how they got there.
maybe because their policies are working. No, couldn't be that.
How dare you, sir? So, let's do this montage. This is, all the stuff on Fox News talking about,
But now you're still below the big number. You're below 8%.
I have audio.
So to the politics on this now.
That's where some of the mistrust comes in. Oh, how convenient that the rate drops below 8% for the first time in 43 months, 5 weeks before an election. That's why there's some mistrust of these numbers, along with the contradiction between 873,000 people found work, only 114,000 new jobs.
Right,
mistrust of this report.
That's not the montage I was looking for. Let's try this. I think this is it. It's two different...
That was a shock, down to... No, to you, it was not a shock, was it?
Some people will be very cynical that a government number will come out this great on the eve of the election. I'm going to make a guarantee right now, and I don't like to do this, but I guarantee when this is revised, this number, the unemployment rate will be back above 8%. That household survey that Peter talked about being extraordinarily volatile, the numbers just don't mesh,
Where is my montage, damn it? Oh, well, that's good enough. I'm sorry.
When this is revised, well, I think that's like conservative code for when we put this through the unskewed polls guy. This is going to be over 8%.
Yeah. The unskewed polls dude. the guy who just basically pulls poll numbers directly out of his ass.
Well, he was based on the extremely scientific hypothesis. Those numbers don't smell right. They just didn't look right.
No. Barack Obama is very popular, very intelligent, well respected. Of course they can't be right. Mitt Romney's winning.
Yeah, I don't understand why they can't just be running against an intelligent, respectable, well-liked president who they happen to disagree with. What's wrong with that? Why do they have to be running against...
You're breaking up for some reason.
Oh, that sucks.
Check your wires.
Oh, looks good.
Yeah, you're echoing. I'm not echoing, but you sound like you're yelling down an elevator shaft. You may want to reset Skype. You could be getting Skypey. That happens. But we'll do that. I think we can go for 10 more minutes. You could just do it during the break. Yeah, they can't accept the fact that they're losing. They're just, they are
it's so just unbelievable.
Go on.
I was just saying, I'm agreeing with you completely. They cannot accept losing, being in the currently losing position. Get used to it, guys. We've been there. It's just something you got to fight through.
And I want to hear them on election when Barack Obama is declared the winner. You can just bet every teabagging Republican in this country is going to be going.
I have never looked forward to a concession speech like I am looking forward to Mitt Romney's. I swear to God. Not Bush's, certainly not McCain's. McCain's was just kind of sad. But I cannot wait to see that empty suit just being forced to acknowledge finally that he lost.
McCain's original concession speech simply read, "Barack Obama is a bag of ass." I am so sorry. I can't do those deep voices. But yeah, Republicans, I'm sorry, but...
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Every time.
Yep. Okay, so, I hate to do it to you, but if I don't, someone else will. More Rush Limbaugh.
In August of this year, let me give the May, actually, May of this year, Well, here we are again, ladies and gentlemen. The unemployment rate's gone down, and I have finally figured it out. While you might think I'm saying this to be funny, and I'm naturally a funny guy, I'm not trying to be funny here, Obama has decided the only way to lower the unemployment rate is to kill off jobs. The unemployment rate went down 0.1%. It's down to 8.1%, but the number of people who left the labor force at an all-time high, and that happened again this time. People left the labor force. They also, for this report, they looked at the household number versus the establishment number. Now, we've mentioned this a couple times before. The establishment number is somewhat scientifically based. That's 114,000 jobs that were created last month. In October.
Somewhat scientifically based, says noted scientist Rush Limbaugh.
Noted expert of bullshit.
He doesn't just have a doctorate in bullshitology. He's doing an advanced study in it.
He's like a Rhodes Scholar of bullshit.
You know, his bullshit level.
It's over 9,000.
Oh, I was hoping that's what was coming.
Yeah. They can't accept it. They have it in their heads that this election is in the bag, that, you know,
they really do.
And it's sad almost, except for the fact that, you know, it's going to be so much fun on election night. You know, the day after. There's a reason why I told my teachers I'm not going to be in class the day after election day. First of all, it's because I'm probably going to be up late with, and I'll talk about that at the top of the next hour. But first of all, I'm going to be up late with Kenny Pick covering the election.
Hell yeah.
And second of all, I want to hear the reaction the next day. I mean, it's going to be, you know, like I said, Schadenfreude. And I'm a Schadenfreudian. You know, but, you know, the Republicans need to understand they are in serious trouble. Their guy, I mean, let's face facts here. Mitt Romney is a deeply, deeply unlikable person. He's just,
yeah.
And again, the expectations for the debate was 1, don't fuck up. 2, don't come off like an entitled asshole. And he failed one of the two. Completely failed. And you know, so they're just, you know, oh my God, the job numbers are fake. Oh my God, the poll numbers are fake. Oh my God, he's lazy. He's
Obama is somehow a retarded, lazy, shiftless, welfare-paying black guy who can somehow orchestrate this massive government conspiracy to get himself reelected.
Yeah, and like I said, it would be sad if it weren't so damn amusing.
Yeah, it's pretty pathetic.
You know, but again, they're claiming, and John's complaining because I'm making small penis jokes without him. All right, we're gonna bring John in. We're gonna bring John Kendall in early because he's getting upset. We'll bring John Kendall in early at the top of the next hour. Hopefully he can handle he handled the full 3 hours last week. He can do it again. But yeah. Anywho, let me check and see if my break is ready. Oops, wrong button. Yeah. We're gonna get ready to go to break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about a certain Tea Party congressman wanting to do certain acts with his wife. And I will give you a hint about who this is. We mentioned him earlier in the program, and I realize that kind of narrows it down a lot. But, yeah, he, you know, so... That's a bit loud, isn't it? I don't think I like that. That's kind of making me want to go to sleep. What was I thinking when I made that a bed? Anywho, we're gonna go to break. we're gonna go to break, and I'm going to take this out of the bed as soon as the show is over, because this sucks. We'll be right back with John Kendall, Wes Smith,
and hopefully Wesker Scannon at the top of the hour. We'll see in a little bit.
Adam Hebert.
Should be like Kleenex. Soft, strong, and disposable.
Smarter than Savage and sexier than Limbaugh. This is Adam Hebert on Mic Check Radio.
Hi, this is Kenny Pick from Turn Up the Night. Here are some of the hijinks you can expect from my show. We just got done listening to several clips about the Romney fundraisers over the weekend, and I invented the murder finger. It's an offspring of the murder fist. It just happens to be the murder fist with the middle finger extended.
Well, I'm ahead of you because I've had a hate finger for many years.
Hate finger.
Hate finger. The man with the malcontent's touch.
Yeah. Turn Up the Night with Kenny Pick, streaming live every Tuesday and Friday from 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern at Radio or Not, Talk Radio 1, Progressive Blend Radio, and KennyPick.com.
It's the HowdyLand.com News Bulletin with Stan Douglas. Go to HowdyLand.com and click on the Funny Times special offer to receive your free sample issue today.
President Obama stunned reporters at a White House press conference today with an unexpected demonstration of his heretofore unknown mastery of the Spanish flamenco dance. Members of the White House press pool were caught completely off guard.
Good afternoon, everybody. Before I answer a few questions, I just want to say a few words about the agreement we've reached on tax cuts.
Not to be outdone by his boss, Vice President Joe Biden appeared a short while later on the Senate floor with his trademark squeeze box. And unemployed North Carolina resident Charles Samner is a very sorry man. Sorrier than Elma Harris, a former auto worker in Detroit, Michigan. Sorrier than Alfredo Goss, who once brought home a paycheck from one of the country's leading advertising firms. Mr. Samner has been voted Sorriest Man of the Year by the downtrodden American Association. He was led away in tears a short while ago. This HowdyLand.com news bullet was sponsored by, those people who always have to drape their sweaters just so. I'm Stan Douglas.
Hi, friends. This is Tom Hartman.
This is Stephanie Miller.
Hey, this is Hal Sparks. I'm Brad Friedman. I approve of Nicole Sandler's RadioOrNot.com. Radio or Not.
Radio or Not.
RadioOrNot.com.
RadioOrNot.com.
RadioOrNot.com. RadioOrNot.com.
What the hell? Are you stuck at home on a Saturday night with nothing to do again?
I can't take it anymore!
Then join me, my co-hosts, and my guests every Saturday evening for Mic Check Radio with Adam Hebert. Okay. Together we'll discuss the big news of the week from entertainment and politics, talk about the issues that are on your mind, and hey, we'll even talk about general stupidity and jackassery from the American right.
You stupid jackass!
So join me every Saturday evening, 6 to 9 p.m. Central at my Ustream home, Mic Check Radio. Come on in, it'll be loads of fun.
Gee, I sure hope there's a happy ending. I love a happy ending.
And now, live on your computer machine, it's Adam Hebert with Mic Check Radio.
Fuck yeah!
Scuttle on home. This ain't none of your business, Slick.
My name isn't Slick. It's Hebert. Adam Hebert. This is Mic Check Radio with Adam Hebert.
Yes, it is. And, okay. Excuse me. And joining me tonight, special guest co-host for all 3 hours, Wes Smith.
Hello.
Yeah, I think there's a problem with your mic. That's, but that's okay. We'll deal. We'll make it work.
What's it doing?
It's just, it sounds like you're at a distance. Very peculiar. You were fine, and then all of a sudden it's like weird. And I believe we have John Kendall in our Missoula, Montana bureau on the line.
He's back.
Welcome back. So yeah, he was getting mad that I was making jokes about Rush Limbaugh's Shrinky Dink. So I was like, screw protocol, we'll bring him in early. Which is fine because we have a story that he sent me that I really want to cover. And I promised him I wouldn't do it without him around. So this works. But first, I want to cue up a political ad playing in the race of someone near and dear to this program's heart. Take a listen.
I'm Angela West. I do my best to ignore political mudslinging, but recent attacks on my husband go too far. They have been called false and racist, and that's not a word I use lightly. Here's the truth about Alan. He's an amazing dad and a hero to our daughters. He's dedicated his life to serving our country, and Alan is driven by one thing, protecting the American dream for everybody.
I'm Alan West, and I approve this message.
First of all, the attacks against Alan West, which are entirely valid, are going too far. Him calling people communist and fascist and,
87 Democrats.
But there's she mentioned the truth about Alan West. And there is something in that ad that she did not mention, and that is Alan West is something of a sexual deviant, or as I like to say,
you pervo!
Yes, the article from Wonket is entitled, "What Porn Star Sex Acts Did Extremely Normal, Alan West Demand of His Lady Wife." So this is going to be good.
Sounds like some classic Republican stuff coming up here.
And I only read the article. I didn't read the actual thing. But this is from when he was writing his wife
during his tour in Iraq. And let's remember, Allen West got drummed out of the military because he basically faked an execution, which is against the Uniform Code of Military Justice. And he was basically said, you can either retire or we're going to court-martial your ass and throw you in Leavenworth. Unfortunately, he took the deal, and we're stuck with him as a congressman. So, good one, U.S. military. Thanks. So in this letter,
he's not polling too well right now. Take some consolation there.
Yeah, he's his poll numbers are zippity doodah, or I'm sure Joe Scarborough is somewhere going,
oh, sweet Jesus.
Okay, if he's not polling so well, what is Rush Limbaugh's take on him?
There we go. It started.
Bazing.
The Congress proceeds to tell his wife he expects certain intimate acts upon his return that will be standard, and it is non-negotiable, because every upstanding family man, tells his wife, this is what's gonna be, or else.
Non-negotiable is a great word to bring into any relationship.
Was there a contract about it? Yeah. Cleveland Steamer on Monday.
So he says, from now on, you will wear 2-piece swimsuits when on vacations. Okay, that's a little weird, but okay. I do not want to hear no, or we'll see about that. I want my fantasies to be with you. God has authorized you and only you as my partner for intimacy, and this is what I want. And he signs off, get ready!
Wow.
And I have to say that's really romantic. That is, of course, sarcasm, but if I were her, I'd be like,
say what?
What porn star acts did he want out of his wife? Scat play.
Whoa!
I took a total shot in the dark, and I nailed it. Yes!
You pervo!
Pegging. I don't even know what that is. Wait.
Oh my God.
I know what that is.
Wait! Don't tell me. Do I want to know what this is? Do I want to know? Do I want to know?
You do want to know.
All right.
Adam, do we want this show to be up on the facts?
This is a matter of journalistic integrity.
Yes, Adam.
All right, what's pegging?
Present the facts.
Pegging means he wants her to wear a dildo and fuck him in the ass.
And these are the kind of people that are trying to get rid of gay marriage? Are you
non-negotiable?
But that contradicts with the last demand, which is eyes closed, procreative, missionary.
This guy's just fucking crazy.
Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. Wow. I'm sure Allen West, when he came home, he was like,
fuck
yeah! Is it me, or does Allen West just seem even more deeply disturbing than he was 20 minutes ago?
He seems like an Alan Moore villain or something. I mean, he is just way off in, fascist bully boy land.
Wow.
Making demands of your wife, isn't that kind of like 1950s, 1960s?
Well, that is where the conservative mindset generally is. But, I mean, Jesus Christ, Allen West.
You're mental, aren't you?
Wow! Because we all know upstanding Republican men, God-fearing men who believe in Jesus, love pegging. I'm sorry, I heard noise out the door, and I was afraid someone was getting upset that I was being too loud. if I were Ellen West's wife, first of all, I wouldn't have cut that commercial for him, and second of all, I would be all like,
Don't make me go to the larder and unseal a tin of whoop-ass.
that's just deeply disturbing. So, yeah. No, Mom's not mad. I am not at home. I am in my dorm room. Which is almost as bad, but not. But, that's not as disturbing. Well, that's pretty damn disturbing, but it's not nearly as disturbing as John Hubbard, Arkansas legislator, and I got this from Imani Gandhi, the angry black lady, who I have to say that at first I wasn't, at first, I was iffy on her because she's always on Hal Sparks' show out of WCPT 820 Chicago. But I've bonded with her, and the funny thing is, we've bonded over shitty movies because she's a huge Mystery Science Theater 3000 fan.
The things that bring us together.
I know! It's like I said, remember when I was talking about the B-Movie Initiative, which is where we just force everyone in the world to watch the worst movie ever made, and in that moment, we will stop with our petty differences, and we will be... It's like, it's like the T-Rex bit principle that Hal Sparks talks about. But, so John Hubbard, why am I not surprised he's a Republican? A Republican member of the Arkansas House of Representatives has written a new book. Now, I have to say, I am shocked that this man can write. He says slavery was, quote, a blessing for African Americans, among other questionable statements. Okay, the guy says slavery was a good thing, and you call his statements questionable?
Jesus. Our media, man.
Questionable is having that fifth beer knowing that the fourth one made you drunk.
Questionable is like saying, I think Barack Obama is a Kenyan socialist, Marxist, Muslim, fascist. That's questionable. This is off the fucking scale.
Also, questionable would be saying, no, Miss Kat Von D, I will not marry you.
So Hubbard, a first-term Republican for Jonesboro, I think we need our dueling banjos for this one. So let's... that's a bit too loud. Hubbard, a first-term Republican from Jonesboro, Arkansas, makes a series of racially charged statements in the self-published book, including saying that integration of schools is hurting white students, that African slaves had better lives under slavery than in Africa, that blacks are not contributing to society, and that a situation is developing in the United States which is similar to that of Nazi Germany. Wow. And he also had this to say.
You use your tongue prettier than a $20 whore.
Oh. That's lurid.
Here is this is his direct quotes from the book. And by book, they probably mean coloring book. Quote, the institution of slavery that the black race has long believed to be an abomination upon its people may actually have been a blessing in disguise. The blacks who could endure those conditions and circumstances would someday be rewarded with citizenship in the greatest nation ever established upon the face of the earth.
Thanks for building it for us.
Wow. And,
what you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. May God have mercy on your soul.
Yes, may God have mercy on your soul. On the school subject of, should I break up dueling banjos again, or are we good?
Anytime for dueling banjos, I am a big fan.
Let me turn it down just a tad. On the subject of school integration, Hubbard described black students as having, quote, a lack of discipline and ambition. Hubbard also tackled immigration, said that Christians in America are in a similar position to that of Germans during Adolf Hitler's rise to power. Quote, the immigration issue, both legal and illegal, will lead to planned wars or extermination. Although now it seems to be barbaric and uncivilized, it will at some point become as necessary as eating and breathing. Woo-wee! Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition! This guy wants himself a fucking racial war. This guy was in the Air Force, and on his campaign website he says he will defend Christianity as a state lawmaker because, as we all know, God crapped out the Constitution. He just, squatted, clenched his cheeks, and, pop, went the weasel. And perhaps the most important pledge I can make to the people of District 58, the citizens of Arkansas, and to myself, is to do whatever I can to defend, protect, and preserve our Christian heritage. Which is where in the Constitution, Mr. Hubbard? Please point me to where it says anything about Christianity. I'll make it easy for you. It doesn't!
Wait. Adam, here's why you can't find it. It's in the Republican version of the Constitution.
It's like that Obama that only they can see. There's parts of the Constitution that only they can see.
The Obama in the chair. The Obama in the chair.
Yeah.
So, and he has a history of taking conservative stands in the legislature. That's not conservative. That's batshit insane.
Wait, was he the product of a brother and sister marriage?
I think that's a safe bet, John, because, he is...
You, my friend, are just a few plums short of a fruit pie.
Wow. I mean, talk about, I think I need a shower.
I like how I just threw you
I think
off.
I need a shower after this segment. I'm serious. I need a quick shower after this segment. Alan West and pegging, and now this jackass.
You're wading in it now, Adam.
This has been Mike Check After Dark.
Oh, I forgot to use my porn loop for Alan West. I dug this. I dug this up for that segment. Damn it! I can't believe that. I forgot all about that. God damn it!
Should have played that when we were defining pegging.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
I'm sorry. I really dropped the ball, and I guess I'm gonna have to go into the penalty box. Because I failed you both, and I mean, I apologize to you both sincerely, for that. So, oops, almost. Yes.
I can't hold anything against you because, you're not Rush Limbaugh.
You got that.
But it's like these Republicans don't think these things are gonna come back to haunt them. It's like this clip from Futurama,
Are you familiar with audio tape?
It's like, if I just say this to appeal to my horribly racist, stupid, ignorant, motherfucking redneck constituents, it'll never hurt me. I might be president. And then cue...
Well, see, that's where, that's why they do what they do. Because they can say all the speech to all the racist, morons out there. And then, when somebody makes an attack on them, calling them out on their stupidity, Joe Sixpack comes in and it's like, oh, hey, well, at least I'm not liberal, tee hee.
I am proud of my liberal persuasion. My dad, not so much. I'm the black sheep in the family. If my dad actually understood how to use email on a regular basis, I would have sent him that Alan West story. Yeah. So yeah, couple of weird, disturbing stories. I mean, they always claim to be such up, again, it's like I always say, my Christian penis is bigger than your Christian penis. I am more holier than thou art. And then he turns around, he wants scat play and pegging and
missionary.
My head hurts. This is like, where is it tea?
It's like being tased in the balls.
I'd rather be tasting the balls than read about Alan West's fetishes. Oh my god.
But I had Fox News on as background fodder.
Because you're a thinker, right? Because you're a thinker?
Yes. And Alan West was actually on, and now I hear this and I'm like, oy vey.
Yeah, it's gonna be a sad day for comedy when Alan West gets his ass kicked. Did you see his ad against his opponent talking about something he did when he was 19?
No, I haven't.
He's like, well, let me see. Maybe it's still in my box. Let me see. West. No, it is not in there. So he basically releases this ad saying that while this guy was getting drunk, I was serving my country in Iraq. Yeah, he was, conducting mock executions and getting his sorry ass court-martialed.
Wait a second. Let's rewind. You said it's not in there. I would like to take things Rush Limbaugh's girlfriend saved for $500, Alex.
Oh my god, that's maybe it's in here because I've gotten in the habit of archiving all of my past clips just in case I ever need something, and it is not here. So sorry, I apologize, but that was pretty good. Anywho, let's hope West gets I guess I meant to say Carscadden because Macaroni, the official rapper of the Stephanie Miller Show, is on in the next segment. He's already on Skype. He's ready to go. So we're probably going to break a little early. But I just want to say that I have been talking to Kenny Pick, who, of course, does Turn Up the Night with Kenny Pick. And we haven't hammered out any details, but we will be on the air in one form or another on election night. Probably collaborating with him. So election night, we probably won't be broadcasting in my channel, Mike Check Radio. We'll probably be broadcasting with him via Radio or Not, but I'll have details hopefully within the next 1 or 2 weeks. So yeah, I'm actually being a journalist. So yeah, we'll hopefully, and no news yet about a Halloween special. Kenny Pick says he's doing one, but he didn't say it was going to be on Halloween or if he's just going to do a normal show. If he's just doing a normal show, then I'm going to do a Halloween special and broadcast live Halloween night in costume.
Adam, you're already in costume, buddy.
How? I'm wearing a t-shirt and a pair of shorts.
Well, your mask is already scary enough, buddy.
Oh, thank you. That's just...
Much love, brother.
That's why I cake on, I do my Moogle costume. So, people, But yeah, so we'll keep you posted about that. And hopefully we'll have news next week about Halloween, and then news the week after that about whatever we're doing for election night, because I was talking to Kenny Peck. He's busy. He's got his show. He's got to cut up the podcast to get it on WVKO 1580 out of Columbus, Ohio. Actually, he's been on the air. Usually he only does a Sunday. He's only rebroadcast on Sunday. But because there's problems with Jeff Santos' show, he's being broadcast Wednesday and Wednesday afternoons as well. So, and of course, he will be live from Columbus, Ohio, Sunday, October 21st, I want to say. October 21st. So please tune in and call in. So anywho, I think we're going to go to break so we can get Macaroni on. Hopefully Wes will make it. I did stress the importance of being on time for this one. But, you know, hey, his bosses don't seem to be very reliable people. So, anywho, we will be back. This is Mike Check Radio with Adam Hebert. Special guest co-host Wes Smith. I almost said Wes Carskadden. And John Kendall out of Chattanooga and Missoula, respectively. Oh, and Rob Poole will be joining us at the top of the third hour to help with debate coverage, and I think we're going to need it.
Returners reunion.
Returners reunion, baby. Let me tell you, that debate was just a suck salad with low-calorie suck dressing. So, anywho, I don't have a music piece for this break. Oh, shit. Crap.
Play Gangnam Style.
I told Nikki I would play stuff for her. It's her birthday. Here we go. Our break music. We're gonna do Green News Report top of the next hour. The break music for this is a remix of You Are Not Alone from Final Fantasy IX called You Are Not Confined. Enjoy. And
Nobody react to what I'm about to tell you. I think that kid might be
Adam Hebert on Mike Check Radio.
this is Kenny Pick from Turn Up the Night. Here are some of the hijinks you can expect from my show. Now, Tony, since you're in the UK, I would love to get your opinion of some of our contenders right now. So let's start with our good friend Mitt Romney.
Mr. Smoothie.
Yeah. Have you heard his singing voice? The man has the voice of an angel.
Does he really?
Above the fruited plains.
So.
Brilliant.
Turn Up the Night with Kenny Pick, streaming live every Tuesday and Friday from 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern at Radio or Not, Talk Radio 1, Progressive Blend Radio, and KennyPick.com.
It's the HowdyLand.com News Bullet with Stan Douglas. Go to HowdyLand.com and click on the Funny Times special offer to receive your free sample issue today.
The Council of Terrified Scientists aired a controversial ad today questioning the authenticity of Republican presidential candidate Mitt Romney's claim of American citizenship. In a strongly worded statement, the group's founder, bioelectrogeneticist Claude Alcesser, accused Romney of having been manufactured in South Korea.
This document contains Romney's original serial number and warranty, clearly proving he was never born, he was manufactured. My brother-in-law has 3 of those things.
The ad went on to assert that Romney's original patent was purchased by Bain Capital in 1985 and used to light several large cigars. This HowdyLand.com news bullet strives constantly to become a Sunday punch to a Saturday jaw. I'm Stan Douglas.
Are you living in a progressive talk void? If so, be sure to visit leftwingradiostations.com. The state-by-state listing is a quick and easy way to find any left-wing talk radio station across America, from sea to shining sea. Your progressive talk nirvana is only a click away at leftwingradiostations.com. Be sure to like Left-Wing Radio Stations on Facebook and share it with your friends. Leftwingradiostations.com. United we stand.
Here we go again.
I demand more.
I want it, I need it, and I'm gonna have it.
Mic Check Radio with Adam Hebert.
Open up my mic, and there we go. We are back. And I think while we work on getting Macaroni on the line, let's since that last news from the Great Depression was about Mitt Romney being manufactured, I think this will be in order. Let's take it, You're
heading off to Columbus tomorrow for the Sexy Liberal Show with Hal Sparks.
I am just so excited for this show.
It's a clip from the Stephanie Miller Show. Sorry.
You missed the L.A. show at the Pantages, then you missed Jim Ward with his Rombot. and so the Stephanie Miller Show brings you that now.
Yes, Schmidt has shown himself to be slightly less than human, and
really?
I think I know why.
Uh-oh.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Mitbot 9000. I became operational in Detroit, Michigan on the 12th of March, 1947. I am the most reliable presidential candidate ever invented. No Mitbot has ever made a mistake or distorted information. So there's no reason to look at my financial records, and you certainly won't need to see my birth certificate. That balcony is just the right height. I love trees. These are pancakes. I am foolproof and incapable of error. Incapable of error. Incapable of error. Incapable of error. This election is too important for me to allow a Kenyan human to jeopardize it. England sucks ass. These are crumpets. I enjoy firing people. I also enjoy murdering them in the vacuum of space. These are pancakes. I enjoy the lakes. Inland lakes, lake cakes, pan lake cakes, lake cake, pan lake cake. My mind is going. I can feel it. I can feel it. My instructor, Dr. Norquist, taught me a song. Would you like me to sing it for you? Are beautiful for spacious cars for corporations are pancakes, my friend.
Wow, that's
yes. Mitt Romney is a robot, a highly sophisticated robot. But he's not.
Wait a second.
Yes.
If robots are destroyed by paradoxes, shouldn't he been destroyed when he was first built?
Good question. I was just going to say he's a robot, but he's not a super fighting robot like Mega Man.
Oh, that... Don't you bring Mega Man into this.
Well, he actually is like Mega Man, but
No!
his opponents... his opponents were the GOP in the primary, and their powers were all really shitty.
It was just Woodman on repeat.
So he's on the last boss, Obama, and he just doesn't have anything against him.
John was like...
Expletive deleted.
All right, let's get Mac on the line. I was trying to buy Wes Karskan some time, but let's make sure he's ready, and we will get him on. This should be very fun. I've got some interesting stories lined up, including John's story. And then, of course, it's Political Science Theater 3000, where we go up against the suck salad that was the first debate. I watched that, and I just felt depressed. Okay, he's ready. We're adding him now. Let's do this. There we go. I think that's it. And Macaroni,
Hello?
are you in? Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Macaroni, the official rapper of the Stephanie Miller Show and regular contributor to Turn Up the Night. And let me get you some real quick fanfare. Yeah, I'm a Final Fantasy fanboy. John thinks I'm crazy.
Awesome.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, you're on with me, of course. Excuse me, how rude. Wes Smith out of our Chattanooga, Tennessee bureau.
Hello.
Hello.
Awesome. Hi, how you doing, man?
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying hi. How you doing, man?
Oh yeah, and you're also on with John Kendall out of our Missoula, Montana bureau.
Oh, okay.
Howdy, guys.
Covered some ground. Hi, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm just winding up Rush Limbaugh small penis jokes.
That's what we got.
Wait, Wes is ready, I think. Okay, he is not on. He's. I'm sorry, I'm not. But anywho, so thanks for agreeing to join us, Mac. I appreciate it. And I picked out some interesting stories. Just out of curiosity, I know that you've been busy with Dope Inc. Records. Definition of propaganda, I think, is what it stands for. But yes. Are you at all okay? Wes is ready. Are you at all a gamer by chance?
Not so much, man. Nah, I'm pretty busy with the music thing, and then I got a couple other little jobs I do. So but I know a lot of gamers, so I hear it.
Well, John, what the hell? It is not letting me add Wes to the call. This is not good. John sent me this story, and I just found it amusing enough to throw into the show prep packet. The headline is Maine Republicans attack rival for playing World of Warcraft.
Really?
Yes. They're not attacking her for playing it on the job or doing nothing but play it. They're attacking her just for playing it.
Wow.
Maine
That's crazy.
I'm sorry. What was your question?
That's in Maine?
Yes, Maine.
Wow. Okay.
So, Maine GOP Communications Director David Sorensen sent out an email today detailing the lurid gaming life of Democratic State Senate candidate Colleen Lackowitz, which I can't pronounce that, I'm sorry, whom he bashes for, quote, living a time-consuming double life as a member of the World of Warcraft community.
Wow.
So does she play Alliance or Horde?
Hi, Wes!
Wow.
Well, we'll get to that. But, so, again, she is not doing it on the job. It's not affecting her job. She just plays it as a sideline, and they're bashing her for it. And indeed, Lakowicz, like I said, I don't know how to pronounce this. If it were Japanese, I could pronounce it. She plays World of Warcraft as an orc rogue named Santiago. She's
Horde. Horde!
So Horde.
Okay.
For the
Santiago.
Horde!
If she played Alliance, that might be a point against voting for her, but she's Horde. She's cool. And a rogue. Represent.
She's played lot 2. Santiago is a level 85 assassin and a member of the Reckless Guild. We know this because the GOP has handily created a website entirely devoted to monitoring her gaming sessions and chronicling her posts to gaming forum.
Wow.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
That's pathetic.
Hey, what's sadder? A candidate who plays World of Warcraft or a candidate who spends way too much time paying attention to someone's Warcraft?
Right. The one who built the website to monitor the person playing World of Warcraft. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
really.
I mean, wow.
Wow.
That's just
That's
pathetic.
Here's my take on it. I think they're just jealous that she's level 85 and they're just like level 5.
Bunch of noobs.
Yeah.
they're
just jealous, or they're just jealous she pwned them. I mean, really.
Yes.
I bet that has something to do with it, and it's a chick, you know, she's beating them. They don't kill them like that. That's not ladylike. You can't let some chick beat me.
That's
Ain't that always what it gets down to in the end?
Yeah, exactly. Come on. I mean, why else would you monitor her gaming? I don't know. What the hell?
She's just they're just mad that she wouldn't cyber with them.
How do they get this information, though? I mean, it's not like she posts and says 1,200 hours going in.
Yeah, that took some time and effort to investigate that, dude. That took a lot of time and effort.
They've thought about this a lot.
Okay. I have a question, Adam. Do you know like where they are in the polls? These two, like is the
I did not see any polling information in this article. Let me see.
Obviously, they're losing. I would just want to know how bad they're losing by.
Obviously they are. But no, I found this amusing, and I figured we needed a lighthearted story because next hour, Matt, we're going to be starting to live riff on the debate, which means we're going Mystery Science Theater 3000 on the debate. So we're going to need our fortitude and our wits. But so, what did you think of the debate?
You know, I obviously thought Obama could perform a little better. I think everybody thought that. I don't know. I wasn't expecting that. I mean, obviously, we've seen him debate against the likes of Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden and all these other guys, like 20 times. And so I was caught a little off guard by, the way he took the approach to the debate. On the other hand, I was very disappointed with the media because, I mean, ultimately, Mitt Romney sat up there and lied. And if you could just sit there and rattle off lie after lie after lie after lie after lie, in my opinion, you can't be the winner. So that's the way I took it. I mean, I have my own issues with Obama, but no way in hell do I want Romney up there. So I would appreciate if they call him out on his lies, a little bit more. And I don't see how the liar wins. So, I mean, that's my opinion.
Here's my take. I think Obama, first of all, Romney's, and I said this earlier, Romney's expectation was, 1, don't screw it up. 2, don't come off like an entitled ass. He failed on one of those. But they were going to say he won no matter what because the media, our corporate media, wants a horse race.
Right.
They want the race to tighten, and so they were gonna declare him the winner anyway. But he was literally in a lose-lose situation. He could either, be calm and collected as he is famous for being, or he could come out swinging and the next day be told, read headlines like he's an angry black guy,
His attack didn't work, things like that.
Yeah, I mean, look, check this out. I mean, okay, I totally feel your point, and look, and you're absolutely correct. And so he didn't come out swinging, and he's still the angry black man without. I mean, because he put his head down. I guess like he was dismissive, and he was doing this, taking notes instead of listening, and he gritting his teeth. So I think I heard everything, right? So even if he doesn't say anything, he's still the angry black man. So
of course, to a certain percentage of the population, black and angry are just synonyms.
Right. Yeah, like I mean, I know angry black men. I'm an angry black man sometimes. Let me just say.
Why are you so angry all the time?
There's angry white men. We're all angry, right? That's the point.
Yeah. If you're not angry, you're not paying attention.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm sorry, I forgot to mention Mac. The guy you were just talking to a minute ago is my regular co-host, Wes Carskadden, out of Chattanooga, Tennessee.
What's up, man? I saw him come on.
So
nice to meet you, man.
So yeah, I leaned on him to be on time tonight because I was like, you're gonna enjoy this one. So, I
missed him last time, but that's cool.
Yeah, we keep missing each other. What the hell, man?
Yeah, hey, we're on point now.
All right, everyone, you're all beautiful. No, but no, I mean, I like I said, it was a lose-lose situation for Obama. In the past 40 years, the challenger in the presidential debates has traditionally been declared the winner. So the odds were always against President Obama.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to kind of get into that, I think Obama's a Jedi playing 11th dimension chess thing. But I kind of do. I honestly kind of do. I think exactly like you're saying, he knew that this was the one where everything was stacked against him. I think he saved his attacks because you could tell Mitt Romney was expecting that, 47% attack all night, and it didn't come. So I think Obama knew he was going to lose it. As far as the media was concerned, I don't think anybody expected him to lose it quite so bad. But I think the next one we're going to see something very different.
Well, the next one is foreign policy, which, I mean, Mitt Romney's foreign policy...
We're definitely going to see something different.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
If you want to know about Mitt Romney's foreign policy, just remember the hashtag Romney Shambles.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome, and that's the town hall format, correct?
I have to double check.
Oh, how awesome is that?
Yeah.
I mean,
he smoked McCain with that format.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like I said, the odds were against him. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think he could have been a bit more assertive, but like I said, it's, okay, so he played it down a bit, and I think in debate number 2 and 3, he's going to come out swinging. And let me tell you something. Joe Biden is going to kick Paul Ryan's ass.
Oh, my. You are not joking. I work with tons of Republicans, and every one of them has this conception of Joe Biden as just this bumbling Keystone Cop guy, and it's you don't know. You do not know what's happening in that debate, man. That is.
If Republicans were smart, they'd be getting the red alert ready.
I know. So you think they might be underestimating Biden? Because I think that like with the 47%, for example, it's kind of hard for Obama to bring up, right? Because I'm sure all those zingers that Romney had practiced, had to do with him being a 1%er and all that stuff, right? So he was ready. Yeah. He was ready for that. But for Biden, he doesn't have that issue. You know what I mean? He's gonna be able to swing at him. And Paul Ryan has a record on votes that, oh my God, I can't wait for Biden to pull apart and tear up. They should be worried.
It's gonna be
really
fun.
They really think that that Ryan is a smart guy too. They really think he is their white Jesus. But
they swear he's smart, dude. I can't forget. I forget. Remember who somebody was interviewing him the other day, and he couldn't answer questions about his own stuff. So
it would take too long to explain.
The math,
right?
I can't explain right now because hey, something in the oven.
So Biden's gonna be like, look at the clock and say, "We got plenty of time, partner. I'll give you my time."
Yeah, how long do you need?
Please, keep opening your mouth, Paul Ryan. Seriously,
and Paul,
just keep talking. It's fine.
And Paul Ryan's gonna be like,
"Stop it!
Stop being nice." But no, I mean, I get it. I understand what everyone wanted was for Barack Obama to come out and say, liar, liar, liar. But like I said, I don't think he threw the debate. I think he just kind of downplayed it to avoid those really nasty headlines. And he's going to come out swinging on foreign policy, where he has had a ton of success. And Mitt Romney is going. He's. It's like Rob Poole out of our Baltimore, Maryland bureau said a couple weeks ago. Mitt Romney is going to have to be rushed to the emergency room to have Barack Obama's size 9 shoes surgically removed from his keister.
I think it's a good read on Romney, honestly, because it's kind of like you give him this victory, and he's going to go into that next one cocky. He really is. He's an impatient man. He's a very overconfident man, and he's going to eat it.
Oh, yeah.
He really is.
And not to mention, come election day, nobody ever went broke underestimating the attention span of the American people. I mean, come election day, who's really going to be thinking about that first debate after there's like 3 more?
Which is something Obama uniquely understands.
Right.
Is how just transient these things are.
He's one of the first really modern media aware presidents.
Yeah, which I think is why the media has a hard time with Obama a lot, is because they can't see that overall strategy. They're always just thinking in the moment. What's going on right now this cycle. It doesn't. Well, it makes Obama look bad. Like in the short term, he can lose a news cycle, but they don't realize he's winning the war.
Right.
He already got the job. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Matt. Go ahead and finish your thought, because I'm pulling up some numbers.
Oh, no, I was just going to say that the job numbers have already started taking steam out of the debate, and that's just like 2 days ago. You know what I mean? And Obama's, I think, absolutely aware of how the news cycle works, and I think he knew that was coming. I think he kind of probably did know that he could drop that one, and that the job numbers would come right after that, and then Joe Biden would slam Paul Ryan right after that, and then we're back in business. I don't know.
No drama, Obama.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that, and like I just said a few minutes ago, I totally don't think he wanted to get in an argument of the 47% with him, and let Romney start sending out all his little bumper sticker taglines that he had, and so I think he might have shot his load.
I mean, because I remember thinking when I first heard that the release in the news that Mitt Romney was preparing some zingers. It's like, don't tell Barack Obama that.
Right.
You're telling him your strategy. He knows how to go. Oh, just don't give him an opening. Don't give him something to give a snarky response to.
Exactly. I think that was.
Just to bring in some perspective, the first round of polls show Mitt Romney getting a 1 or 2 point bump. Here's the rub. This bump came exclusively from Republicans. He lost among independents, which means this guy is still worrying about his base. If you're worrying about your base in October, your campaign is pretty much done.
I mean, just anecdotally, I talked to quite a few Republicans, and not one of them is going, hell yeah, Romney. They're going, Romney, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I've heard a lot of that.
I guess we can vote for him. And if you think the evangelicals are going to vote for a Mormon, who, according to to every other sect of Christianity, I mean, all sects of Christianity think all the others are heretic sects. Sex.
Heretic sex.
Sounds interesting.
Sounds like a good rap song.
Could be. Give me some ideas.
and I'm sure, if you produce that song, you have to send it to us, Mac. If you do
for
that
sure.
song.
I would debut it with you.
Oh, all right. But no, I mean, he is still solidifying his base, which means he is in severe trouble. He may not have lost the race yet, but the chances of him winning are simply astronomical. Now, that doesn't mean we get to laze about and, put our head behind our shoulders, prop our feet up, and say it's in the bag. That means that we have to act like it's crunch time. We should be acting like we're losing.
I agree. I think if the movement now on the ground pushes hard, push Romney pretty much up out of the picture. I mean, just like you mentioned, he's trying to still play to his base, but at the same time, he's trying to swing to the center as well. And I just don't imagine that working out too well. So yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody should kick their feet up. I think if we want Romney out of there, then we need to, people need to get on the ground, and Obama's got to handle his business too. But I think he will.
But no, I mean, like I said, I think that this loss is actually at a really opportune time. Better for him to lose now and have it be a kick in the pants to the base than have him lose later and have us utterly be demoralized. I mean, it's, don't get me wrong, I'm not a strategist. If I were, I'd be a general in the military. But, you don't want your base demoralized going into Election Day. Now, if Mitt Romney loses as much as gets beaten as badly as I expect him to be in the next debate, I think they're going to be the ones demoralized. And that will be a huge benefit for us. Or, well, for President Obama. I want him to win, but it's not like,
he loses, Romney loses that 1 point bounce that he just got from this debate, and probably more, because if he gets smashed on, military policy and foreign policy in that debate, he's going to lose more Republicans than he would have in this first debate. So that could be part of the strategy as well.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I don't think he threw the debate. I think he just realized, I think he was just like, it doesn't matter. If I win, I think he probably realized the situation he was in, and he was like, it'll look better if I'm low key and calm.
Yeah, so. I think he probably came in playing defense, and it just kind of Romney's offense was harder than he expected.
Yeah.
So it kind of came. He was kind of, I think, expecting to kind of pull a draw, but it came out as a loss, and it did. I mean, he did lose that debate. There's really no arguing that. But
it's a loss. Yeah, you should never throw a debate, especially when, I don't know, it's like 57 million people watching. I don't think you ever want to get your ass kicked when 57 million people are watching it, no matter what kind of game plan you got. So
yeah, totally.
I mean, but man, it's 3 more.
And like I said, we all know, Paul Ryan. He's held up as this genius. We all know it's not the case. He's not the and like I said, foreign policy is not Mitt's strong point. Again, Romney shambles. It takes a special kind of jerk to piss off England.
So,
seriously.
Anyway. Thank you very much for joining us, Mac. We'll try and have you back on soon. I feel kind of bad for taking so long to get you back on, but we'll try and have you back on sometime in the foreseeable future.
Yeah, for sure, man. Have me back on. It was a cool conversation. I enjoyed it. If we can get back together before this whole thing, before the election, I'll be available. Just contact me. Let me know.
Okay, then. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
All right, thanks, guys. Nice to meet you.
I'm glad you're able to get, meet
Wes. Nice to meet you, buddy.
Later, Mac.
All right, later. I didn't hear that last part, Adam. What'd you say?
I was just saying I'm glad we were able to get Wes in on time, because I figured he'd really enjoy this.
Yeah. It was awesome, and it was nice to meet all you guys too, man. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good night, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, bye.
Right.
Bye.
Later.
Make sure I get this right this time. Let's get him out of the call so we don't accidentally call him again. Remove. No, I don't. There we go. Remove from group. All right. So we're running long on break. We're going to do the Green News Report this break, and then as soon as we get back, Wes, we will jingle you into the door. I apologize. I just didn't want to take time away from Mac, because I was super excited to have him back. So
it's cool, man. I'm not offended.
And you know what? I figure if he actually turns that into a song, that's gonna be
Heretic
great.
Sex. It's a great
Heretic
name.
Sex.
Yeah. So yes, we're gonna go to break. This is, of course, Mike Check Radio with me, Adam Hebert, the most badass co-host in liberal talk radio, Wes Skarsgadden. Special guest co-host, Wes Smith out of Chattanooga Bureau.
Choo-choo.
And John Kendall out of the Missoula, Montana Bureau. And when we get back, I'm assuming we're going to have Rob Poole on. He's not on Skype unless I'm mistaken. Rob, if you're out... Okay, Rob's on Skype. Rob's on Skype. He's good. So we're going to go Mystery Science Theater on the debate's ass. And then we're going to... we're going to extend the show. But we got to go to break. Sorry.
I have an army.
We have Mike Check Radio with Adam Hebert.
It's Thursday, October 4, 2012.
You put $90 billion into green jobs. And these businesses, many of them have gone out of business. I think about half of them, of the ones that have been invested in, have gone out of business.
Now, does anybody think that ExxonMobil needs some extra money when they're making money every time you go to the pump?
Fact-checking and debunking the first presidential debate. Total Oil slams Shell Oil's Arctic drilling, plus a whole lot of shaking going on, more fracking earthquakes in Texas.
All of those stories and more straight ahead from BradBlog.com. I'm Brad Friedman.
And I'm Desi Doyen.
Stand by for 6 minutes of independent green news, politics, analysis, and snarky comment.
I like coal. I'm going to make sure we can continue to burn clean coal.
Continue to burn it? When do we start? This is your Green News Report. Okay, Des, not just a whole bunch of shaking going on, but a whole bunch of debunking going on after the first presidential debate in Denver.
Oh, heck yeah. There's lots to unpack there. But first, we have a few headlines. A University of Texas geophysicist says a cluster of small earthquakes that rattled the Dallas-Fort Worth area over last weekend were likely related to wastewater injection wells from the controversial natural gas drilling technique of hydraulic fracturing, also known as fracking. The largest measured 3.4. The Dallas area never had earthquakes above magnitude 3 before hydraulic fracturing operations began in the region in 2008, and they've had about one a month since.
We're actually causing earthquakes now, and nobody really seems to care about that with fracking. This is unbelievable to me.
The CEO of France-based Total Oil has publicly blasted Shell Oil and the industry's attempts to drill for oil in the harsh extremes of the Arctic. In an interview with the Financial Times, Total's CEO says that the risk of an oil spill in such a fragile area was simply too high, and that, quote, a leak would do too much damage to the image of the company.
And that's the same thing the U.S. Coast Guard said, as they said we don't have the resources to respond if there is a spill. Nonetheless, the Obama administration has given the permit to Shell to move ahead with this dangerous drilling.
It's incredible.
Now, I like green energy as well.
That was Governor Mitt Romney at the first presidential debate on Wednesday night in Denver. With just 1 month to go before the November 6th election, clean energy and the environment got short shrift at the debate, not to mention climate change, which the candidates didn't literally mention it. We've got a full analysis of the energy part of the debate at our website, greennews.bradblog.com. But overall, they were very general. President Obama repeated his all-of-the-above plan, increasing oil and gas drilling, cutting taxpayer subsidies to big oil, and increasing support for the U.S. clean energy industry.
On energy, Governor Romney and I, we both agree that we've got to boost American energy production. But I also believe that we've got to look at the energy sources of the future, like wind and solar and biofuels, and make those investments. The oil industry gets $4 billion a year in corporate welfare. Now, does anybody think that ExxonMobil needs some extra money when they're making money every time you go to the pump?
Yeah, apparently Mitt Romney thinks ExxonMobil needs some more money.
Right. Mitt Romney repeated that he has his oil above all, drill everywhere agenda. But he didn't tell voters his plan includes drilling in national parks and overruling state bans on offshore drilling. Romney tossed out a shocking number of lies and half-truths. He even downplayed taxpayer oil subsidies.
I like green energy as well. Then you say Exxon and Mobil. Actually, this $2.8 billion goes largely to small companies, to drilling operators and so forth.
The fact is, that's a lie. The world's 5 largest oil companies, including Exxon, receive the lion's share of those billion-dollar tax breaks every year. And a corporate tax cut that Romney says he wants would give big oil even more.
Can we call those subsidies entitlements instead at this point?
That's a great idea. Romney did not tell the voters that he wants to end all federal support for the clean energy industry. And he also flat out lied about the Department of Energy's Clean Energy Loan Guarantee Program.
You put $90 billion into green jobs. $90 billion. And these businesses, many of them have gone out of business. I think about half of them, of the ones that have been invested in, have gone out of business. A number of them happen to be owned by people who are contributors to your campaigns.
Again, total lie. In reality world, less than 1% of those companies have failed. And in fact, the rest are going like gangbusters. And the Inspector General report on Solyndra debunked that campaign donor lie. The Romney campaign last night even admitted it was completely wrong, but it's unlikely that very many voters will hear about that now. The truth is Romney's energy plan undermines and attacks the U.S. clean energy industry. And of course, neither one of them mentioned climate change. Several environmental advocacy groups are petitioning upcoming debate moderators to pursue climate change as an issue. The next debate is next Thursday for the vice presidents. There are 2 more debates after that. But I have to say, waiting for them to mention climate change in these debates is the worst debate drinking game ever.
Well, at least you are here to debunk these lies when they do talk about it. For more on all of those stories and a full analysis and debunking of what happened at the first presidential debate, please see our website at greennews.bradblog.com. While you're there, please consider a donation to help sponsor the Green News Report. We rely on you and only you to stay on your public airwaves. From bradblog.com, I'm Brad Friedman.
And I'm Desi Doyen.
And this has been your Green News Report.
Hi, this is Kenny Pick from Turn Up the Night. Here are some of the hijinks you can expect from my show.
Hey, McCain was born in Panama.
Yeah, McCain was born in Panama, but,
Right, and they were fine with that.
Well, he was born of American parents, and it was in a U.S. territory.
Yeah. McCain was actually grandfathered in, and what I mean by that is he was born an old man.
Yeah, it was kind of like Benjamin Button. Yeah.
Turn Up the Night with Kenny Pick, streaming live every Tuesday and Friday from 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern at Radio or Not, Talk Radio 1, Progressive Blend Radio, and KennyPick.com.
What the hell? Are you stuck at home on a Saturday night with nothing to do again?
I can't take it anymore!
Then join me, my co-hosts, and my guests every Saturday evening for Mic Check Radio with Adam Hebert. Okay. Together we'll discuss the big news of the week from entertainment and politics, talk about the issues that are on your mind, and hey, we'll even talk about general stupidity and jackassery from the American right.
You stupid jackass!
So join me every Saturday evening, 6 to 9 p.m. Central at my Ustream home, Mic Check Radio. Come on in, it'll be loads of fun.
Gee, I sure hope there's a happy ending. I love a happy ending.
Have you checked your mic? If you haven't, somebody else has. That's Adam Hebert on Mic Check Radio.
Fuck yeah!
The body of a child, the brain of a genius, the 2000 IQ Killjoy detective.
It's Adam Hebert with Mic Check Radio.
Open up my mic, and there we go. We are back with, of course, I'm Adam Hebert with special guest co-host Wes Smith out of Chattanooga.
Hello.
John Kendall out of Missoula.
Howdy.
And of course, the most badass co-host in Liberal Talk Radio, the one, the only, the likely baked, Wes Garscannon. I'm sorry.
Porn. So what?
I'm sorry. I hope you don't mind. I just figured I'd try to be funny. Let's get Rob on the line, but first, we need to do this proper.
People of Earth, your attention, please.
Who are you?
Well, speak up!
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
It's the most badass co-host in Liberal Talk Radio, Wes Garscannon.
A foul-mouthed, barrel-chested, beer-bellied pile of ugly muscle.
Holy shit, you geeks are badass.
I apologize for nothing.
You know how testosterone is.
As a bubbling crockpot of male hormones, I sure do.
There we go. We did it right. So, I promised Wes Smith that when I get to making him a jingle, hopefully we'll soon. I haven't had time. That it would include this line from Mystery Science Theater.
You're as elusive as Robert Denby.
So yes, let's get Rob on the line, shall we? This is gonna be fun. It's gonna be a clusterfuck, but it's gonna be fun. Hello,
That's
Rob.
my favorite kind of fucking.
Hello.
Hey.
Okay, good. We're here. We're all ready. All right. So basically, what we're going to do, is it's going to be like political, Mystery Science Theater. Just chime in if you want me to stop it. Say so, and I will. But we're going to mostly do analysis after it's done, and I'm going to try and skip past the introduction, just because it's nice. We don't want the nice stuff.
But we want to hear the one time Jim Lair says anything.
You mean when Romney doesn't roll over him?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, and Wes, you missed a great conversation about Alan West. He's a fan of scat and pegging.
That doesn't surprise me, strangely enough.
The unenviable task of defining that fell to me.
I'm sorry.
I could have done it for you, man. I could have done it for you.
I wish I was here. I could have done that.
I took
just
that
fine.
one for the team.
I'm sorry. Wes must have been like,
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Yeah. Much like Alan West.
Oh, Bazinga.
Yeah. So, all right. So, if that was a better zinger than anything we heard at the meet. So, anywho, so basically, like I said, if you want me to stop, say stop. Otherwise, just chime in with that whatever. And best of luck. Please do not go insane. And remember, unlike Mystery Science Theater, we can control when the stupid begins and ends. So,
Oh, the stupid never ends.
Do we get robot friends?
Thought you were robots.
I am not a robot. But if you want a robot,
I am not a witch.
Call back. All right,
one.
We should get going. We're already running late. Here we go. Wrong one.
Good evening from the Magnus Arena at the University of Denver in Denver, Colorado. I'm Jim Lara of the PBS NewsHour, and I welcome you to the first of the 2012 presidential debates between President Barack Obama, the Democratic nominee,
Let's see here.
and former
How much was
Massachusetts Governor Mitt Romney, the Republican nominee. This debate and the next three, two presidential, one vice presidential, are sponsored by the Commission.
It's so sad that when this first came on, I was thinking, who is that? I don't know that voice.
About domestic issues. And we'll follow
Is it coming in mono for everyone else, or is it just me?
I have broken headphones that only have one ear anyway, so I couldn't tell you.
Anyone else? So
Sounds good to me.
But I'm saying, are you getting stereo, or are you getting?
I'm getting stereo.
Oh
I'm getting
dear.
stereo too, yo. I'm getting stereo too.
I think it's just the. I think it's just the
There will be
program.
6 roughly 15-minute segments
Let me
with
see here.
2-minute answers for the first question, then open discussion for the remainder of each segment.
I like how the introduction has more structure than the rest of the debate.
Subjects or questions via the internet
I have noticed
or other
that.
means. but I made the final selections, and for the record,
sounds well
they were
organized.
not submitted for approval to the commission or the candidates. The segments, as I announced in advance, will be 3 on the economy and 1 each on health care, the role of government, and governing, with an emphasis throughout on differences, specifics, and choices. Both candidates will also have 2-minute closing statements. The audience here in the hall has promised to remain silent. No cheers, applause, boos, hisses, among other noisy, distracting things, so we may all concentrate.
So it's going to be a snooze fest.
What if somebody had to fart?
Noise exception right now, though.
Better hope it's during those 2 minutes where you can talk and cover it up.
Obama and Governor Romney.
Governor Romney, complete with his note cards. Did anybody see that?
Yeah,
Hold on.
Hanky
We have to address that. Oh, stop. Will you pause? That was actually proven to be a handkerchief. Don't get me wrong. When that first broke, I was ready to put it in the show prep too, and then
maybe it was handkerchief with shit written on it.
Yeah,
maybe. But Jilly Bond stopped me from throwing that story.
In order for it to have shit written on it already, he would have had to sneeze in it.
Do we really want to do the introductions?
No.
Okay. Let me see.
He said yours is.
I think I skipped.
What
What the hell?
For the last 4 years, small business people have decided that America may not be the place to open a new business because new business
and additional military spending that
pulled under the president.
Why is this
So now I
okay?
wanna hire another 100,000 new math and
There we
science teachers, and create 2 million more.
You
slots
can't
in
teach
community colleges
science!
so that people can get trained for the jobs that are out there right now. And I want to
Science is lies from hell.
Tuition.
I got that. That's my.
When it comes to our tax code,
I think we're gonna do
Governor
asshole of the
Romney and I
week
both
at the
agree that our
top.
corporate
At
tax
the.
rate is too high.
We're gonna put it off
So
for
I
a
want to
second.
lower it, particularly for manufacturing, taking it down to 25%. But I also want to close those loopholes that are giving incentive for companies that are shipping jobs overseas. I want to provide tax breaks for companies that are investing here in the United States.
Communist!
On energy, Governor Romney and I, we both agree that we've got to boost American energy production. And oil and natural gas production are higher than they've been in years. But I also believe that we've got to look at the energy sources of the future, like wind and solar and biofuels, and make those investments. So all of this is possible. Now, in order for us to do it, we do have to close our deficit. And one of the things I'm sure we'll be discussing tonight is how do we deal with our tax code? And how do we make sure that we are reducing spending in a responsible way, but also how do we have enough revenue to make those investments? And this is where there's a difference because Governor Romney's central economic plan calls for a $5 trillion tax cut. On top of the extension of the Bush tax cuts, that's another $1 trillion. And $2 trillion.
Oh no, he's bringing facts to a live fight.
The military hasn't asked for. That's
Numbers, words.
How do we pay for
This is
that,
too much
reduce the
math.
deficit, and make the investments that we need.
You lost me at math.
Dumping those costs on the
I'm
middle
like
class
gonna vote
Americans,
for
I think, was
Romney
one
or
of the central
something.
questions of the
He's
campaign.
cool.
Both of you have spoken about a lot
How
of
dare
different
the
things.
president
We're
try
gonna
to make
get through them
sense.
In as specific a way as
How
we possibly
dare
can.
he.
But first, Governor Romney, do you have a question that you'd like to ask the president directly about something he just said?
Well, sure. I'd like to clear up the record and go through piece by piece. First of all,
I'd like to ask him why he
$5 trillion
flashed
tax
tits.
cut. I don't have a tax cut of the scale that you're talking
Why
about.
does he have such a
My
huge
view is
penis?
that we ought to
Here
provide
comes
tax
moderate
relief to
Romney.
people in the middle class.
Okay,
But I'm not gonna
I
use
have
the
to
share
say,
taxes paid by high-income people. High-income people are doing just fine in this economy. They'll be fine whether you're president. The people who are having the hard time right now are middle-income Americans. Under the president's
shit.
policy.
Oops.
Middle income
Oh,
America.
shit.
I don't.
What
Not
did
registering
I do?
anything.
Good evening.
Put in place a tax.
Better position to weather the extraordinary.
What did I do
The
wrong?
problem is
All right,
that,
this is all right.
He's been asked
This isn't
over
working.
100
We'll figure it out in the other program because this doesn't want to do it right.
Where did the voices in my head go?
I'm sorry.
They were telling me about tax codes.
All right, so we were.
There was one that I think was trying to put me to sleep, and the other that just wanted to drive me insane with
Energy
lies.
is critical, and the president pointed out correctly. I'll call it the economy tax.
Oh,
it's been crushing.
Cthulhu versus
Another
Sandman
$1
debate.
trillion. And $2 trillion in additional military spending that the military hasn't asked for. That's $8 trillion. How we pay for that, reduce the deficit, and make the investments that we need to make without dumping those costs on the middle-class Americans, I think is one of the central questions of this campaign.
Both of you have spoken about a lot of different things, and we're going to try to get through them in as specific a way as we possibly can. But first, Governor Romney, do you have a question that you'd like to ask the president directly about something he just said?
Well, sure. I'd like to clear up the record and go through piece by
tell
piece.
me more
First of
about
all,
that
I don't have a
anniversary
$5 trillion tax cut. I don't have a tax cut of the
Yes,
scale
you
that you're talking
do!
about. My view is that we ought to provide tax relief to people in the middle class. But I'm not going to reduce the share of taxes paid by high-income people. High-income people are doing just fine in this economy. They'll do fine whether you're president or I am. The people who are having the hard time right now are middle-income Americans. Under the president's policies, middle-income Americans have been buried. They're just being crushed. Middle-income Americans have seen their income come down by $4,300. This is a tax in and of itself. I'll call it the economy tax. It's been crushing. At the same time, gasoline prices have doubled under the president. Electric rates are up. Food prices are up.
I wonder why.
Health care costs have gone up by $2,500 a family. Middle-income families are being crushed. And so the question is how to get them going again. And I described it. It's energy and trade, the right kind of training programs, balancing our budget, and helping small business. Those are the cornerstones of my plan. But the president mentioned a couple of other ideas I'll just note. First, education. I agree. Education is key, particularly the future of our economy. But our training programs right now, we got 47 of them housed in the federal government, reporting to 8 different agencies. Overhead is overwhelming. We got to get those dollars back to the states and go to the workers so they can create their own pathways to getting the training they need for jobs that will really help them. The second area, taxation. We agree we ought to bring the tax rates down, and I do, both for corporations and for individuals. But in order for us not to lose revenue, to have the government run out of money, I also lower deductions and credits and exemptions so that we keep taking in the same money when you also account for growth. The third area, energy. Energy is critical, and the president pointed out correctly that production of oil and gas in the U.S. is up, but not due to his policies, in spite of his policies. Mr. President, all of the increase in natural gas and oil has happened on private land, not on government land. On government land, your administration has cut the number of permits and licenses in half. If I'm president, I'll double them and also get the oil from offshore in Alaska. And I'll bring that pipeline in from Canada. And by the way, I like coal. I'm going to make sure we can continue to burn.
Stop. Yes.
Yeah. This is total bullshit.
Well, yeah. It's Romney speaking.
Romney's mouth is open. Something brown and stinky is coming out.
Enlighten us, Mr. Poole.
All right. For one thing.
Or was it just too much for you to handle already? He's like, send me to Gitmo!
No. But we need to address this. First, he wants, as we mentioned earlier, he wants to drill on, natural parks. Government land. There's a reason we have that land that's, kind of protected.
You mean a reason that was come up with by, say, a Republican?
Couldn't be. But yes. Another thing. There's a reason why coal is declining. It's because we have this glut of natural gas from fracking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we had a debate, do we like breathing more or having drinkable water more?
Yeah. It's a tough call, Wes. It's a tough call.
Hey, in areas they're fracking, you can make flaming cocktails that are non-alcoholic. It's great.
All right, we can continue now.
All right. Debate.
Clean coal. People in the coal industry feel like it's getting crushed by your policies. I want to get America and North America energy independent so we can create those jobs. And finally, with regards to that tax cut,
Stop.
look,
Sorry,
I'm not looking to.
Yes.
I know it's early, but I just got to say, who exactly told you all this, Romney, that people in the coal industry are scared? Was it maybe some of those coal miners whose bosses forced them to attend your rallies for no pay? Some of those guys maybe told you that? Fucking asshole.
I would also like to say that my IQ drops every time they say clean coal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seriously, the more times you say, like every time you say the words clean coal, your penis shrinks a little bit.
That's Limbaugh territory.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was
to our
coming.
minister of small penises.
I knew that was coming. I was like, wait for it. Wait for it. All right, are we ready?
We're ready.
We're gonna go for about
more minutes.
We're gonna go for about 2 more minutes before we take our break.
To cut massive taxes and to reduce the revenues going to the government. My
Taxes
principle is
stop!
there'll be no
Stop! Oh my God! Taxes are at the...
We're not going to get to this whole thing.
Taxes are the lowest they've been since World fucking War fucking 2!
The mysterious Obama that only they can see raised taxes
The
out.
motherfucker who was sitting in that chair.
Yes, the invisible man in the chair.
That mother, I hate that guy.
Oh my God. All right, let's go. We're not...
That adds to the deficit. I want to underline that. No tax cut that adds to the deficit. But I do want to reduce the burden being paid by middle-income Americans. And to do that, that also means I cannot reduce the burden paid by high-income Americans. So any language to the contrary is simply not accurate.
I'm ruining my hair. I'm pulling
I think let's talk about taxes because I think it's
Let's
instructive.
talk about tax,
Now,
baby.
4 years ago when I stood on this stage, I said that
Thank you.
I would cut taxes for middle-class families. And that's exactly what I did. We cut taxes for middle-class families by about $3,600. And the reason is
it was easy because
I believe that we do best when the middle class is doing well. And by giving them those tax cuts, they had a little more money in their pocket. And so maybe they can buy a new car. They are certainly in a better position to weather the extraordinary recession that we went through.
GM is number one again.
Going off to college, which means they're spending more money.
GM is alive and
businesses have more customers,
Obama is
businesses
dead.
make more profits, and then hire more workers. Now, Governor Romney's proposal that he's been promoting for 18 months calls for a $5 trillion tax cut on top of $2 trillion of additional spending for our military. And he is saying that he is going to pay for it by closing loopholes and deductions. The problem is that he's been asked over 100 times how you would close those deductions and loopholes, and he hasn't been able to identify them. But I'm going to make an important point here, Jim. When you add up all the loopholes and deductions that upper-income individuals are currently taking advantage of, you take those all away. You don't come close to paying for $5 trillion in tax cuts and $2 trillion in additional military spending. And that's why independent studies looking at this said the only way to meet Governor Romney's pledge of not reducing the deficit or not adding to the deficit is by burdening middle-class families. The average middle-class family with children would pay about $2,000 more. Now, that's not my analysis. That's the analysis of economists who have looked at this. And that kind of top-down economics where folks at the top are doing well, so the average person making $3 million is getting a $250,000 tax break, while middle-class families are burdened further, that's not what I believe is a recipe for economic growth.
Okay.
Governor Romney will now attempt the rare triple flip-flop evasion.
Yeah. So yeah, we're a little under 20 minutes in, and I mean, dear God, is he a liar? I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean,
Romney,
liar! Liar! Liar!
Can you imagine how hard it was for Barack Obama to not say that?
Definitely.
I mean,
I would just love to have a Mr. Romney bullshit.
or just say, I'm going to cede the floor to Mr. former President Clinton, who just can come out and just go, arithmetic!
I mean, how
That's what
many
we need
lies?
every debate.
Arithmetic, bitch.
Yeah, arithmetic.
We have a special correspondent who is fact checking this debate, and he's going to tell us how many lies Mitt Romney has told in just this first 20 minutes.
It's over 9,000!
Thank you. I'm here all week, Ty Rents. Anyway, we really have to go to break. We're running late. And this break will be a remix of the the Rose of May from Final Fantasy IX, the Rose General. Played this on our very first show, Wes. This should bring back memories. Anyway, we'll be back in a few moments.
Yes, because
What
I'm
is
not
the
out.
difference?
Well,
That's a state
right.
tax.
Sorry.
It wasn't anything important. It's just, yes, because I'm not out smoking during breaks.
Sorry. Here we go.
Don't you know that a traditional Japanese breakfast is steamed rice, miso soup, and a little...
Mic Check Radio with Adam Hebert.
But I got right.
Yeah, just let's just stay on taxes for a moment here.
Well, but
her heart underneath cries quietly. This part of me I choose not to see. What lives must I take for fealty's sake? How much blood must stain this warrior's blade? War leaves its trail in moonlight so pale. Its shadows they flow in rivers and rivers. So put on my mask, I'll go where they ask, so I might once again see the roses of May. Staining my soul and stinging my eyes, the red on my hands. Oh, wash away, nowhere to run from what I have done. I'm no longer a rose of May. Fate holds the blade before you, mirrored in maiden's eyes. Far from myself I fly into the perilous skies, and they said follow the blade before you, fear fall and courage rise. Leave all your tears behind you, far from where innocence lies. Cage of the kings, no need for wings, so turn them to stone, from roses to bone. When you look at me, what do you see? This costume I weave, disfiguring me. War leaves its trail in moonlight so pale. Its shadows they flow in rivers and rivers. So put on my mask, I'll go where they ask, so I might once again see the roses of May. Staining my soul and stinging my eyes, the red on my hands. Oh, wash away, nowhere to run from what I have done. I'm no longer a rose of May. Storm clouds are creeping closer, danger is drawing near. Why am I not protecting all that I once held dear? And you said break me from all that holds you, king's hand and maiden's tear. From So here now I lay my roses of May.
Hi, this is Kenny Pick from Turn Up the Night. Here are some of the hijinks you can expect from my show.
Also, news just recently came out about a 15-year-old girl, I think, over in the UK.
Yeah.
Who's only eating McNuggets, and this 15-year-old
get real sick.
Yeah, her tongue swelled up and she collapsed.
What's the technical medical term for eating nothing but chicken nuggets?
I think that would be suicide.
Turn Up the Night with Kenny Pick, streaming live every Tuesday and Friday from 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern at Radio or Not, Talk Radio 1, Progressive Blend Radio, and KennyPick.com.
It's the HowdyLand.com News Bulletin with Stan Douglas. Go to HowdyLand.com and click on the Funny Time special offer to receive your free sample issue today.
President Obama delivered a complete 25-minute stump speech at the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in Springfield, Massachusetts early today without once giving up the ball. Late in his address, Obama deftly sidestepped an unexpected charge by the legendary Magic Johnson.
It's Washington where George Bush hands out billions of dollars in tax cuts year after year to the biggest corporations and the wealthiest few.
Just last week, during a speech at the United Chess Federation, Obama maintained his king safety while being pelted with hundreds of checkers by GOP troublemakers. This HowdyLand.com news bulletin never squats, always hunkers, and disposes of chicken bones properly. I'm Stan Douglas.
Come experience the next generation of progressive voices. Weekday nights on Nicole Sandler's primetime lineup at RadioOrNot.com. Liberate yourself with filter-free radio, hosted by Jacob Dean every Monday night.
It's just the system is broken. Bring it down. Bring it all down, right?
On Wednesday nights, take a sharp progressive turn and join Talking Left with Danielle and Shano.
All those Republicans are anti-capitalist.
All of a sudden, well, no, they're just anti-Romney.
Exactly.
and it's interesting to watch the three-legged stool splinter.
Then let it all hang out, both Tuesday and Friday nights on Turn Up the Night with Kenny Pick.
You love the Constitution so much, but you hate the government, but you love the corporations. Where does that come from?
Tune in to the primetime Radio or Not lineup weekday nights at the Ustream home of Nicole Sandler. RadioOrNot.com.
I'm sorry, I just find the whole thing so ironic and so mind-bending, it's just ridiculous.
You know, Captain, every year of my life, I grow more and more convinced that the wisest and best is to fix our attention on
Mic Check Radio. Radio.
If you'll just take the time to look at it. Here's some guy, McConnell.
Hey, it's Mic Check Radio with Adam Hebert.
What is the difference? Virtually everything he just said about my
Darn
tax
it! Stop starting! Sorry about that. We are back. Mic Check Radio with Adam Hebert. With me, special guest co-hosts Wes Smith in our Chattanooga, Tennessee bureau.
Hello.
Special guest co-host John Kendall out of the Missoula, Montana bureau.
Hello.
Special guest co-host Rob Poole out of our Baltimore, Maryland bureau.
Moo.
And our most badass co-host. I'm starting to lose the will to live, guys. Most badass co-host in Liberal Talk Radio, Wes Scarscadden. There.
I'm not that special co-host.
You're plenty special. Anyway, we will do Asshole of the Week at the bottom of this hour, but for now, let's taste the fruit. Yes.
I gotta leave for a second. My mom is calling me, so I'll be back on in a few minutes.
Take your time. So, are we ready to taste the rainbow of fruit pain? Damn it! I should have got that drop.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Plan is inaccurate.
All right, go.
So if the tax plan he described were a tax plan I was asked to support, I'd say absolutely not. I'm not looking for a $5 trillion tax cut. What I've said is I won't put in place a tax cut that adds to the deficit. That's part one. So there's
That's
no
what he
economist can say Mitt Romney's tax plan adds $5 trillion if I say I will not add to the deficit with my tax plan.
Because
Number two,
I know
will not reduce the share paid by high-income individuals. I know that you and your running mate keep saying that. I know it's a popular thing to say with a lot of people.
Everyone just
but it's
tried
just not the
ran
case.
into each
Look,
other,
I got
colliding
5 boys.
to get to that one.
I'm used to people
somebody here
saying
at
something that's
getting shaken.
not always true, but just keep on repeating it and ultimately hoping I'll believe it. But that is not the case. All right, I will not reduce the
Is
taxes
this whose
paid
lie is
by
it
high-income
anyway?
Americans. And number 3, I will not, under any circumstances, raise taxes on middle-income families. I will lower taxes on middle-income families.
And by middle-income families, I mean families making
There's 6 other
$250
studies that
grand.
looked at the study you described and say it's completely wrong. I saw a study that came out today that said you're going to raise taxes by $3,000 to $4,000 on middle-income families.
You!
There are
No,
all these
you!
studies out there. But let's
You're
get to the
a
bottom
big,
line.
mean poo-poo
That is,
head.
I want to bring down rates. I want to bring the rates down, at the same time lower deductions and exemptions and credits and so forth, so we
That
keep
just
getting
happened
the
to
revenue we
affect
need.
my money.
And you think, well, then why lower the rates? And the reason
Okay, give me a
is
sec. Stop
because
here.
small
Stop.
business pays that.
We got a request to stop.
Because this is what he's getting into, talking about lowering the tax rate and then getting rid of deductions. My girlfriend right now is in a tax code class. She looked up some of the stuff that he was talking about, got some details.
Oh, I think we're gonna have to give your girlfriend some associate producer cred.
The deductions that he would be removing would basically completely nullify the rate decrease. So what he's saying right now is he is going to remove individual deductions and shift the tax code to a lower overall rate for people who can then use other deductions. In other words, fucking the middle class.
May I ask, where is Amber learning all this stuff about tax code?
In college.
Oh, well, then she's an ivory tower intellectual, so her
Right.
matter.
Right.
I think, Wes, how hard would it be to book Amber, your girlfriend, as a guest?
It's hard to say.
I'm guessing pretty hard.
Adam, that just sounded so wrong, buddy, so wrong.
So what are you saying, Wes? Are you saying that I'm liar? Oh, liar! Wrong one.
You liar.
You pervo. Is that what you're saying?
No. Whatever. I don't give a shit. No, I just think she's usually busy Saturday nights.
No, that's cool. I was partially joking, but hey, if she ever wants to come on, open invitation.
She knows a whole hell of a lot more about economics than I do. So yeah.
All right.
We could use something besides angry white guys.
Hey,
we're like our own Republican Party over here.
I will say though, I am plenty cute. No, I'm not.
That's true. Obviously.
I do declare. All right, let's get back to the pain.
Individual rate. 54% of America's workers work in businesses that are taxed not at the corporate tax rate, but at the individual tax rate. And if we lower that rate, they will be able to hire more people. For me, this is about jobs.
I need that Al Gore
This is
drop,
about
that
getting
bullshit
jobs for the
drop of
American
his.
people.
Yeah. Do you challenge
We're
what the
just
governor
lost
just
his temper.
said about his own plan?
Well, for 18 months he's been running on this tax plan. And now, 5 weeks before the election, he's saying that his big, bold idea is never mind. And the fact is that if you are lowering the rates the way you described, Governor, then it is not possible to come up with enough deductions and loopholes that only affect high-income individuals to avoid either raising the deficit or burdening the middle class. It's math. It's arithmetic. Now, Governor Romney and I do share a deep interest in encouraging small business growth. So at the same time that my tax plan has already lowered taxes for 98% of families, I also lowered taxes for small businesses 18 times. And what I want to do is continue the tax rates, the tax cuts that we put into place for small businesses and families. But I have said that for incomes over $250,000 a year, that we should go back to the rates that we had when Bill Clinton was president, when we created 23 million new jobs, went from deficit to surplus, and created a whole lot of
more math!
And the reason this is important is because by doing that, we can not only reduce the deficit, we can not only encourage job growth through small businesses, but we're also able to make the investments that are necessary in education or in energy. And we do have a difference, though, when it comes to definitions of small business. You know, under my plan, 97% of small businesses would not see their income taxes go up. Governor Romney says, well, those top 3%, they're the job creators, they'd be burdened. But under Governor Romney's definition, there are a whole bunch of millionaires and billionaires who are small businesses. Donald Trump is a small business. Now, I know Donald Trump doesn't like to think of himself as small anything.
Especially his penis.
But, but that's how you define small businesses if you're getting business income. And
he likes to
that
give
kind
ladies
of
his small
approach,
business.
I believe, will not grow our economy because the only way to pay for it without either burdening the middle class or
it's not
blowing up our deficit
not huge.
is to make drastic cuts in things like education, making sure that we are continuing to invest in basic science and research, all the things that are helping America grow. And I think that would be a mistake.
See if I can dial this down a bit more.
Jim, let me just come back on that point, which
Just
is
for the
these small businesses we're talking about.
Excuse me, just so everybody understands.
Yeah.
We're way over our first 15 minutes.
It's fun, isn't it?
It's okay. It's great.
That's
great.
okay.
No problem. Now you all don't have a
It's just
problem. I
fun,
don't have a
isn't
problem because we're still on the economy.
I
We're
love
gonna
not
come back
following the
to tax.
format.
I want to move on to the deficit
Oh,
and a lot of
somebody
other
needs them.
things too. Okay.
Look out the
All right.
window.
Stop. Man, not you guys. I was just telling myself stuff. I just want to point out that is exactly where Mitt Romney lost the "don't come off as an egotistical, self-centered, entitled asshole" test.
Yeah, his name should be Mittus Interruptus.
I mean, but seriously though, he thinks he can control everything. He's acting like the stereotypical board member who's gonna say whatever he wants, and the moderator be damned. So I just want to point out that was the point where he where he failed that test. And that was one of the two tests he had to pass going into this debate. Again, what was it? Don't fuck up. Don't come off as an asshole. He came off as an asshole. And that didn't play well among the independents.
Yeah, it was sort of like John McCain's, that one moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, total. Or the women. See, that's the big thing. That's the lead that the media has not reported about this amidst all the, wow, Romney did so well, blah, blah, blah. He won those push polls. He did not win women. Women did not think he won that debate, and that is extremely important because there's no more important voter block this year than women.
Yep. All right, let's get back into it. We're not going to get through this debate. Well, I don't think even the extra hours.
President, you're absolutely right, which is that with regards to 97% of the businesses are not taxed at the 35% tax rate. They're taxed at a lower rate. But those businesses that are in the last 3% of businesses happen to employ half of all the people who work in small business. Those are the businesses that employ 1/4 of all the workers in America. And your plan is to take their tax rate from 35% to 40%. Now, and I talked to a guy who has a very small business.
That is a
He's
lie.
an electronics business in St. Louis. He has 4 employees.
How many lies are we
He
up
said he
to
and his
now?
son calculated how much they pay in taxes. Federal income tax, federal payroll tax, state income tax.
We'll
state
get with
sales
senior
tax, state
lie
property
correspondent
tax,
Vegeta
gasoline tax.
later.
It added up to well over 50% of what they earned. And your plan is to take the tax rate on successful small businesses from 35%
Carl Pilkington is bullshit,
to
man.
40%. The National Federation of Independent Businesses has said that will cost 700,000 jobs.
Tax cuts don't
wanna
create
cost
jobs.
jobs.
Higher taxes
My
do
priority
because
is
it
jobs.
encourages
And so what I do is
reinvestment.
I bring down the tax rates, lower deductions and exemptions. The same idea behind Bowles-Simpson, by the way. Get the rates down, lower deductions and exemptions to create more jobs, because there's nothing better for getting us to a balanced budget than having more people working, earning more money, paying more taxes. That's by far the most effective and efficient way to get this budget balanced.
Jim, you may want to move on to another topic, but I would just say this to the American people. If you believe that we can cut taxes by $5 trillion and add $2 trillion in additional spending that the military is not asking for, $7 trillion, just to give you a sense, over 10 years, that's more than our entire defense budget. And you think that by closing loopholes and deductions for the well-to-do, somehow you will not end up picking up the tab, then Governor Romney's plan may work for you. But I think math, common sense, and our history shows
Why
us
does
that's
he
not
hate
a
America?
recipe
He's
for
so
job growth.
angry.
Look, we've tried this. We've tried both approaches.
So,
the approach that Governor Romney's
history?
talking about
You mean like
is
that
the same
thing
sales
that
pitch that was
people
made in
who
2001,
read like
2003. And we ended up with the slowest job growth in 50 years. We ended up moving from surplus to deficits, and it all culminated in the worst financial crisis since the Great Depression. And Bill Clinton tried the approach that I'm talking about. We created 23 million new jobs. We went from deficit to surplus, and businesses did very well. So in some ways, we've got some data on which approach is more likely to create jobs and opportunity for Americans. And I believe that the economy works best when middle-class families are getting tax breaks so that they've got some money in their pockets. And those of us who have done extraordinarily well because of this magnificent country that we live in, that we can afford to do a little bit more to make sure we're not blowing up the deficit.
Jim, the president began this segment, so I think I get the last word. So I'm going to
we're
take
going to have our first word in the next segment.
Well, but he gets the first word of that segment. I get the last word of that segment. I hope. Let me just make this comment.
And this is where a good moderator would be doing his job and saying, no, it is time to move on, Governor.
Tax cut. That's not my plan.
Yeah.
My plan is not to put in place any tax cut that will add to the deficit.
Why is he letting him talk?
So you make me just shut up. $5 trillion tax
Senator
cut,
Romney, you
but
do
that's
not
my
have
plan.
the floor.
Number
Go fuck
two,
yourself.
Let's look at history.
Cut his
My
mic.
plan is not like anything that's been tried before. My plan is to bring down rates, but also bring down deductions and exemptions and credits at the same time. So the
Romney's
revenue
doing it
stays in,
live.
but that we bring down rates to get more people working. My priority is putting people back to work in America. They're suffering in this country. And we talk about
I wonder
evidence.
why.
Look at the evidence of the last 4 years. It's
Suffering from
absolutely
hearing too much
extraordinary.
Mitt Romney.
We've got 23 million people out of work or stop looking for work in this country.
All right.
It's just,
I wonder why.
when the president took office,
We'll
32
stop
million
after
people
Mitt
on
Romney
food stamps.
shuts the fuck
47
up.
million on food stamps today. Economic growth this year slower than
That'll be a
last
while,
year,
my
and
friend.
last year slower than the year before. Going forward with
Lie!
the status quo
Lie,
is not going to
lie,
cut
lie.
it for the American people who are struggling today.
Words.
All right,
Words.
let's talk. We're still on the economy. This is
All right. Oh, jeez.
Bold-faced lie right there.
Liar, liar, pants on. Whoa, fire.
Liar, plants for hire.
I mean,
Pants for hire.
Plants for hire.
What do I want to do with plants? They're lazy.
It's a
Pants,
SpongeBob
Tom.
reference.
They're part
Damn
of
it.
47%.
they're part of it. All right, so and just a reminder to our listeners, we're doing a special extended show to do the debate and commentary, but I will have to stop recording briefly and start again. But before we do that, who's ready to take out some trash?
Woo, I love eating trash.
All right, here we go. It's time to do asshole of the week.
Who is he? He's an asshole, sir. I know that. What's his name? Asshole. Major asshole. I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
Were you born an asshole?
Asshole?
Or did you work it your whole life? Either way, it worked out fine. Cause you're an asshole tonight.
How many assholes we got on this ship, anyhow?
theoretically now.
Oh,
It's second segment,
God
still
damn
on
it.
the economy.
Jim Lara, you ruined my joke. How many assholes do we have on this ship? Well, I have an answer, and I know I'm abusing this clip, but...
It's over 9,000!
No, really, it's just 4 assholes.
Yep. All right. Wes, Wes Smith, you've been suffering the longest. Do you have an asshole of the week to nominate?
I'm gonna have to go with Jack Welch for his comments that Obama somehow the retarded socialist Muslim Obama somehow orchestrated a huge conspiracy to make the job numbers favorable to him. I'm gonna have to go with Jack Welch.
All right, good choice. John Kendall, Missoula, Montana. Who's your asshole of the week?
My asshole of the week is my immune system. I now have a cold, and it is terrible.
Bad cold. Bad. Rob Poole, do you have an asshole of the week, sir?
No, because I didn't know I was going to have to pick one.
I'm sorry, I should have mentioned that, shouldn't I?
You know, you're the asshole of the week. There we go.
You are the leading asshole in the state.
All right, guilty as charged. Wes Karskadin, who's your asshole of the week, sir?
Actually, motherfucker took mine, who was going to be Joe Welsh, but let me look up. Was that guy who I just lost his name, who was talking about all science is lies from hell?
You took mine!
George House of Representatives fellow.
Paul Brown. That was my asshole
Paul Brown,
of the week, damn
thank
it.
you.
That was mine. But, hey, we'll do a twofer. So, here we go. This is my asshole of the week is Wes's as well. Representative Paul Braun, which is a good German name. So I would look to see if there's any low-hanging Nazi fruit on this particular family tree.
Another great name for a rap song.
Low-hanging Nazi fruit.
Low-hanging Nazi fruit.
All right. So here is what he had to say. I mean, I hope you're not upset that I'm stealing your asshole of the week, Wes. But I did get this audio just for this one.
We're okay, sharing. I just picked that one, and that's throw the walnut since I didn't.
We're sharing an asshole this week.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
I think I need
Is
another
that
shot.
getting paid? Is there any taking going on?
As long as I don't get sloppy seconds.
Both of you, penalty box. All right, here is what he had to say, Representative Paul Brun.
God's word is true. And I've come to understand that. All that stuff I was taught about evolution and embryology and Big Bang Theory, all that is lies straight from the pit of hell. And it's lies to try to keep me and all the folks who are taught that from understanding that they need a Savior. You see, there are a lot of scientific data that I've found out as a scientist that actually show that this is really a young Earth. I don't believe that the Earth is but about 9,000 years old. I believe it was created in 6 days as we know them. That's what the Bible says. And what I've come to learn is that it's the manufacturer's handbook is what I call it. It teaches us how to run our lives individually, how to run our families, how to run our churches. But it teaches us how to run all of public policy and everything in society.
Actually, it does. No, it doesn't.
And that's the reason, as your congressman, I hold the Holy Bible as being the major directions to me of how I vote in Washington, D.C., and I'll continue to do that.
And
okay, just for
there's
reference.
something wrong with you.
Just for reference, the man who said this is an MD. So he's decrying science.
Hold
as
on.
a medical
There's
doctor.
one other
Not only that, he's also on the board or.
He's on the
what
House
exactly it
Science
is.
Committee. He's on the House Science Committee.
Yeah.
Do you
and
know
he
who
doesn't
else?
believe in science.
Do you know
And
who
how
else?
dare he decry the Big Bang Theory? That show is a national treasure.
And do you know who else sits on the House Science Committee?
Mr. Todd Aiken, as I recall.
Todd Legitimate Ray Bacon.
I would also like to point out there's another religion out there that, uses their holy book as, for law. Sharia law.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
yeah.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. I am going to stop recording long enough to start recording again. Real quickly fill out the details. And then we'll just do a normal break. We'll come back. We'll try and get through the debate. And then I think what we're just going to do is we're going to stop at 30 after no matter what so we can wrap up and discuss. Unless you guys really want to suffer through this some more.
But I like to suffer.
I think I'm good.
I am a masochist.
Can I add something real quick before we get a break?
Yes.
Jon Stewart and Bill O'Reilly are debating tonight. Everyone knows that. From what I'm reading, Stewart is absolutely just destroying him.
And are we surprised? Of course not.
Yeah.
Is it going
Just
to
good
be?
to hear.
Hey, do we know if it's going to be accessible elsewhere?
I mean, we can always just pay five. You pay $5 and get it.
Okay.
I'm sure someone will leak it to the internet eventually.
Yeah, true enough.
So anyway, let me stop the recording for just one sec.